special segment, a special session, a special program, specially dedicated to this rape victim called Busola Dakolo. Yes, I am out here to hear my opinion over the ongoing, issue between this woman and the famous pastor called Abiodun Fatoyinbo of Koza Ministry. Yes. Well, we all know how radical we can be here at times. We are going to say the way it is, just the way it is. Well, our opinion cannot be forced on you. We're not forcing our opinion, our view on anybody out there. We just want to share our opinion with you. We just want to tell you that this is the way we feel about the whole situation. We don't have to go by your opinion and you don't have to go by ours. But then the truth must be told. Rape is rape. There's no two ways about it. There's no other definition to rape than a forceful entry, penetration into the other person, right? It is a forceful penetration of probably a male or a female, into the opposite sex, a forceful intercourse. I'm sure you all agree with me that it happens mostly with women. Yeah, boys forcefully penetrating into women. I'm not saying some guys are not being abused sexually, but then the ratio of the women's one to men is like this. That's the women and this is the men's. So don't take that personal if I say, well, it happens to women mostly. Well, I'm here to raise my voice for a woman, a fellow woman like me. I am here to support Busola Dakolo. I am here to give her my support. And as a team, we are here to say no to rape. Yes, an alleged rape. Some people say it is an alleged rape. Agreed, it is an alleged rape because the other party wouldn't speak up. And we all know how it goes in Nigeria. We all know how corruption has been, embraced, romanced, and welcomed into our system here in Nigeria. And that is the reason why we have to use our own voice to say no. Either they listen to us or not. We are going to be using the positive side of social media, to show our fellow sister love, to show our solidarity, and to let the world know that we women watching this are not happy with the way men are treating us. We're not happy with the way our female gender that are underage are being treated in Nigeria, as a country, within our small clan of family. At times we see our child being raped by their dad, their uncles, their bosses at work. It's just crazy the way it's going on, and everybody's romancing shit and saying it is okay. Woe and shame unto all of you women that are supporting this or taking side with that pastor. Come on, I only see you guys like bunch of dumb asses. Moronic idiots who does not have a feeling. You women are not sensitized at all. Your integrity has been bought cheaply. I mean, it's crazy when you see this happen to your fellow woman and you don't even want to find out what has happened. You don't want to find out what led her to this. You don't want to find out the reason why she's been quiet for so long. You just want to come out and cast aspersion and shut her up because you are in love or you're probably eyeing the pastor. You must be crazy. Abiodun Fatoyinbo is not the cutest man Abike I've ever seen. I don't know about you. We see fine boy, we see dudes, we see blokes with money here and there. We see Femi Otedola, we see all of them here and there. Cool, loaded guys like that heads, all kind of government parastatals. The one that rules, all those big companies. Yet we don't get to hear this appalling story about them. So why is it just this pastor they are choosing? Why is he only the one being labeled with this? Yes, we know about, a few of them practicing the same barbaric act. But why is it just this one? We don't just have one person come out to label him a rapist. But then she has opened, a gateway for so many other women that have been abused by this same man. Come on, girls. What is wrong with your head? Are you guys okay at all? Along brain, you need to check. We have a whole lot of lunatic people, working on social media. Social media trolls that haven't come there with their senses, or probably seen this as an avenue to launch their stupidity that is never given a chance to breathe in their family. So now you think who will come and be buying your stupidity because you are talking, or you want to use this social media, this nonsense topic to score some points. You think people will listen to you. You girls must be mad. I pray to God Almighty to let your children, even your son, your great-granddaughters, to experience such. When you don't know the meaning of rape, when you don't know the depth of the crime, when you don't understand the agony, the pains behind it, you cannot just comprehend how the other person feels. You are not in their shoes, you cannot know. You cannot feel it. Only someone who has an iota of what Busala is saying can relate with what is on ground. Yes. So we're going to be talking about rape today. We're going to be talking about how to protect our girl, child. We're going to be talking about where parents lacked, how this happened. Yes, we have heard her story. We have heard that her mom and her dad were not home. We have heard that she was being left at home just with her senior sister. The same reason why a lot of parents are being sentenced or probably penalized, for leaving children uncared for. When you leave your children, your girl child, your son child or whatever, your children are uncared for. This is the reason why you see the UK government penalize a whole lot of black parents for leaving their children unattended. You see, someone traveled and left this young lady in the house with her senior sister. Remember our tradition and culture in Nigeria. When a child is not even up to 21, we still look at them as children. Even when they are 23, 25, 28, they are still seen as children until they reach that full, grown adult age, which we see from the age of 23, 25. Yes, some of our children do get pregnant on the age at their prime, stages. But then, that does not make us see them as adults. The fact that they have, entered into all this premature relationship and they get abused and probably come out with a baby, they get pregnant and stuff like that, it doesn't make them an adult. They are not mentally ready for it, for the sex. So why are our girls being constantly abused in Nigeria? You need to check the ratio online and see how this barbaric act is being practiced in Nigeria of all countries. It is sad. Yes, it happens abroad. Yes, it happens abroad. And then, when it happens abroad, we don't get to see more, well, the ones that they heard, that we get to hear of. Okay, remember we have a case of Bill Cosby. We have the case of this other, remember, what's this guy's name again? That rock and roll guy is late now. He died shortly before he was tried. Remember, what's his name again? That rock and roll guy, the one that looks like Michael Jackson, is an older version though. What's his name again? In the States, not R. Kelly. There's another rock and roll guy, a white guy. Yes, R. Kelly too is going through the same thing. He's being tried as we speak. Thank you, Jimmy Savile. I'm talking of Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile went through the same thing. He would have been penalized. He would have faced trial, but because he died, and that was why they confiscated all his belongings, everything, his properties, just to heal the mental torture that he left those victims. Even Prince, thank you. Jimmy Savile was there. Prince was there. R. Kelly is going through the same thing. He's from one count to the other. R. Kelly, this is about the fourth count they'll be giving R. Kelly now. I remember this pastor, Biodun Fato Imbo himself said, out of 1, 2, 3 witnesses, there is an iota of truth, whether we like it or not. So now, agent suffering, it is more practiced back home in Nigeria, where they don't respect law, where they don't care about our female children. Come on, you that is on this platform today. You that is now, let me pass you this question. How would you feel if you go out and you come out to see your teenage children, your teenage daughter, or probably underage that is not even yet a teenager, writhing in pain, crying, covered in blood out of forceful penetration by another male out there? Tell me how you would feel when you see them abused by another male, another man. It could be an uncle. It could be a family member. It could be your driver. It could be a teacher from the school. It could be a choir master. How would you feel as a man to find your daughter in this situation? Now I'm going to start from here. There's been a whole lot of speculation. There's been controversy. There's been so much, disturbing, questions thrown at this lady. Like someone said, why is she just saying this? I don't like to rub minds. I do not like to rub shoulder with dullards. I love to move with people that are highly intellectual. I love to mingle with people that are actually intelligent. Now we're going to break it down and we're going to be asking ourselves here. Well, let me see what I can do to make this an interactive session. Give me a minute, please. I'm sorry, I'm shooting this in my hotel room. I'm still here. Okay, now, guys, listen to me very well. You all ask, why is she just talking? Why is it just now? Do you know the meaning of rape? Do you that is asking the question know how much they are stereotyped in our society back in Nigeria? Do you know how much they label such child in the setting of a decent family? Probably the father is a pastor, the mom is a choir master or a minister in the church. Do you know how they see such child the moment she opens her mouth to talk? Do you know the pain, the anguish, the bad memories that this singular act will cause a lady afterwards? You don't even know what you're saying. Seriously, I'm wondering, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ṣé orí yín pé ṣé bímọ, ṣé ẹ ti bí ọmọ rí ẹ mọ̀ bí pain ọmọ ṣe rí, ọmọ gbà dín yín jáde. And most of you, could you please come forward and tell us how you all lose your virginity? Was it that easy for you to lose your virginity? Was the penetration sweet? Do you know how many times we have to visit our boyfriend at home? And then they will touch and touch and touch, and by the time they get down there, we will change our mind again and say, "Womi, shemo mo fe ma lole," out of fear of forceful penetration, even though that one is not raping us. The boys will tell us, "Calm down, girl. It's gonna be sweet. You're gonna enjoy it." But by the time you feel the head of the dick, do you know how many of us would have to get up from that same bed that we've been pampered for hours, trying to calm us down, to fit our mental state into the situation, that don't worry, it's going to be sweet, you're going to enjoy this. Do you know how it still lingers in your head that something big is coming into your vagina? I am ready to be this virgin. The pain you feel during the first penetration, can you remember it? If you're a decent girl and then you went through this and you know how it feels to be this virgin for the first time. Now think of someone that is not even stimulated. She was not pampered. They don't care she has done it before or not. They just want to tear her into pieces because the person was looking forward to reach orgasm via this strange lady that they don't even have any cord together. There's no relationship between them. Let a pastor come forward and talk. Everybody's shouting, "It is alleged, it is alleged." You people are crazy. Why did they not allege your father? Why is your uncle not alleged? You stupid people. Dumb asses here and there. We cannot blame you. Your defense will only tell us the kind of thing that you represent in life. Your defense will only tell us the kind of person that your father is. When you're used to your father molesting your mother in front of you, you hear the shout and scream, and yelling every day. Of course, you will find it normal. It will be okay with you. You will come out to defend Biodo Fatoyinbo. Is it the only pastor as we speak? I know there are so many of them that practice this. But why is it just this guy? He never had any decent upbringing or life during his school time. We've been finding out about him. We've reached out to some of his mates. He wasn't one of those decent students that goes just on their own, that don't want to holler. He was one of the toughest guy in the university. When I mean tough, you should know what I mean by tough. One of those hard, toughened one in the university who never let anything crawl on them and go scot-free. You know what I mean, a cult guy, a cultist. So, find out about him. His coolness does not make any difference to me. He's not the finest bloke I personally have ever seen. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see anything so special in that bloke. Come on, yes, he is cute. But remember, that wasn't the way he was looking before he went into the ministry, fully. He grew there. The finance kept increasing because there was money here and there to take care of him. And there were loads of pussy to take care of him as well. He was married, but he would rather pick on this pussy, on that pussy, on this one, on that one, to keep himself younger. I see that girl like my own younger sister. Do you know how we women feel when we hear things like this? Have you forgotten how you parents label such child? Some of you don't even want them to talk. Some of our girls are even molested by their own stepfather. And you parents would rather keep your relationship than allow your girl to talk and be safe of all the nightmares. Do you know how much nightmares this girl would have had before coming out to speak? Do you know how many nightmares she's been having? It could be so nightmarish. The fear of how is my husband going to accept this? The days of a long wait for a friend, a confidant, somebody that will understand her pain. Have you forgotten how long she waited for someone that will believe her story, which is her husband, for the first time in history? She could not even trust her own mother. Now tell me the kind of upbringing you parents give your children. The girl cannot even confide in her mom. She couldn't tell her dad since all these years. For the first time, she felt comfortable. She felt well enveloped and protected in the arms of her husband. The only trust, the only person she believed will believe her. Do you know how much you parents, go strict with us at times? When your girl first approaches you to say, oh, that pastor that you made your God has molested her, the first thing will be a dirty slap. Bam! What do you have for? Kilo sonye, tanikoba wa gwele. They will even look left and right. Who heard what she just said? I hope nobody heard her. Oh, you want to destroy my reputation in the church. You want your father to be relegated in the church. You want your father's position to be... We all know how you African parents behave. I, Abike, personally, I have had more than 4 stories, true life stories, that young ladies bring to my platform. They will say, Auntie, I was molested by my stepfather. I remember one was a few years ago, 2013-14 to be precise, when the young lady approached me. She wouldn't be more than 21. And she told me, Auntie, my mom went to Nigeria, but my stepdad came to sleep with me on the bed, touching me from behind. He said he thought it was my mom that came back. Did you hear that right there in the UK where there is law, a full-fledged law, that everybody should follow and respect? Right there, the man was trying to sleep with his stepdaughter because the wife traveled back to Nigeria. I couldn't even come out to say, because the woman eventually found out that her daughter was living in my house. I couldn't face it. I couldn't say it out. But I can relate with the girl. I could feel her pain and everything. I kept pampering, consoling her not to talk. That she should just believe in me, that this is not the right time, because I think the mom was about getting married to the so-called stepfather there. There are days of nightmare with this girl. She will have bad dreams and come to my room the next day. If you were to be a parent, I'm sure they will say, oh, your banjeni, she's possessed. You Nigerian parents can be so horrific, horrible, totally horrible at times, I'm telling you. Why don't you give your girl child the space to talk? Why don't you allow them to express their feelings? Do you know how many times this girl would have been ready to talk? But probably because she had some very strict parental background, she wouldn't even be able to confide in them. She eventually got married. She found her second half, a guardian, a protector, someone that is ready to protect her more than her father and her brothers. And she was for the first time ready to speak out. And she could find a friend in him. And she could trust him. And she believed so much in the justice that is going to get her. Then she voiced out, are you people stupid? Have you been raped before? Has your daughter been raped before? Have you had to go through this in your entire life before you start castigating that girl? Do you know what she's been going through, the mental torture and everything? You don't even know. These are a bunch of moronic fools online talking, defending this pastor. Do you know how many pastors abuse vulnerable women? Do you know how many women are vulnerable out there? They don't have a good home. When the woman approaches their pastor, Pastor, my husband has not been sleeping with me for ages. The first thing that will come into your pastor's head is how to fill the space of that your useless husband. To be sleeping with you. Yes, Sister Morenikeji has come to me. He said, Brother Paul is not so good. And you don't know the things that you do when you're vulnerable. When you're vulnerable, when you're desperate, you will do just anything. You will do just anything your pastor asks of you. These people sure knows how to hypnotize, siphon our female genders into submission. In case you don't know, don't be stupid. It's not even all of them that just jump on them. There's so many of them that will just give another, yeah, Sister Mary Sile, Eli Dini. That is not the one that they would jump and be forcing, but they know this is an unconsented sex. And then they would jump on Sister Mary because she has a problem with her husband. Her husband has not had sex with her for ages. And these beastly pastors, these God-forsaken idiots, they start taking advantage of our vulnerable women. This is what they do to them every now and then. I remember some time ago, I was a bit downtrodden. And then this pastor will call me. Right there in UK, one useless man like that. He will be sweet-talking me. And next thing, somebody that I should see like a spiritual father will tell me, I became a Monibia king. Let me put you to sleep. Are you crazy? Do I look like a toddler? Why put me to sleep? On the phone, he will sweet-talk me. Let me tell you, I was downtrodden. I was highly vulnerable as at the point. I could have fallen into that trap. The first step is what he just did. Let me put you to sleep on the phone. If I had submitted into that, the next thing will be, when are you home? Can I come and see you? Just to comfort you, console you. Somebody that is supposed to be offering me refuge, solace, will now turn to a man of terror. He will now suddenly become a terrorist that I cannot even face. I can't afford to see his presence and sight. The moment I sight him, I will pick race. Come on, people, wake up. They have all the power. They know what verses in the Bible they are going to read to you. They know how to siphon our women. They know how to hypnotize them with these Bible verses. They will read it so falsely in a way that just know how you will not fall for it. And your pastor would go by, do as I say. And because you are vulnerable, there's no husband at home to run to. There's no daddy anywhere. Stepfather is also, another horror. Yes, if he's supposed to be your spiritual father, you will give in to his tactics. You will fall for it. When you don't know it, when you have not been there, you don't have a sister, a child, a family member that's been raped before, you can never relate with Busola Dakolo. You need to be there. It is not all women that are strong-willed. I wrote something out today and I said, have you ever sat your sister and your mother down? Have you ever tried to ask them the situation that molded them into what you are today? You call them your mom. It is so easy for you to put up an essay to say, my mom is the strongest woman in the world. My mom will do this for us. Ask your mom the tribulations, the challenges she had to go through for her to become strong. Your father could have raped her like 100 times, and yet she will be strong-willed that she wouldn't leave his house just because of you children. And you would now suddenly come out to open your filthy mouth to praise your mom when you don't even know everything that she has paid as a price for you to write that essay today. She could be crying inside. You don't even know the things that surmounted into that woman you're seeing today. You just want to come out and say, oh, my mom is the best woman. It's possible that your father has raped her like 1,000,000 times. It's possible that your mother has watched your father rape the child that she bore before coming into your father's home before. Yet she wouldn't leave because she wanted you to be happy. But you can grow up today and open your field him out to say silly things to other women because of the way they approach the situation. Come on. People with different presentation, different strokes to different folks. The fact that someone is torturing to, bring out their words, it does not make them a liar. It is not everybody that can talk like Abike Jagaban. Even Abike Jagaban do have her own weak moments when she cannot talk, when she would rather just watch and be silent. So what do you think you're saying, castigating this woman with everything she's going through? It took her more than a decade to put this together. I'm sure she must have been stuttering on the words. I'm sure she must have been falling and writing again before she could even look at her husband in the eyes. I command a man of honor today. I command a dad out of 1,000,000. I commend a dad out of 1,000,000. I commend a brother out of billions. And that is none other than this Timidakolo of a guy. He is a daddy, a brother, a protector. He is a source of energy. Without him, we wouldn't have heard this story today. If it were to be for you other stupid men out there, you would have shut your women up. You would have said, oh, what is my family member going to say about this? How do I take this to my mommy? When my sister gets to see this online, they will finish me. They will send you packing. I don't want you to go because this will bring shame to my family. Shame on you all. That is a real man. Timidakolo is a real man. A full definition of a lovely brother, a caring father, a dad that will stand up and say no to rape against his own children, against every feminine person out there. He has given us a voice, not just his wife. Listen to me. He has given each and every one of us a voice. I am sure a lot of men will be encouraged by him today by allowing their wives to speak up as well, to let us know what they have actually encountered in the hands of all these evil pastors. Biodun, whatever, Fatoyimbo is not the first one. He is not the first one. And I tell you, Nigeria of today, with the kind of corruption that we have, I have been told that the guy has got very strong people, strong lawyers that has got sons' parents. Their parents are sons. And they can do just anything, anywhere to suppress the church. But then remember, Timidakolo has successfully done one thing. He has given his wife a voice. He has given his wife his support. He has opened our eyes. He has taught other men how to talk, how to relate with this kind of situation, how not to shut their women up, how to encourage their sisters. Give our girl a chance to speak. Let's all come together to say no to rape. It is not good to defile our girls this way. How can somebody just come out to say, this thing I'm doing to you, you have to be proud that it is a pastor that is doing. Do you think she made all that up? All this happened when she was a child. But remember, the memories will keep lingering on in her head. She can never forget it. She can never forget what is happening. She can never forget the way it sounded. The pain. The forceful penetration. She will never forget all this, even till she leaves this world. Even after justice has been done to this Biodun Fatoyimbo of a guy. Right? There are so many victims out there that we just have to give a chance to speak out. There are so many victims out there that needs their voice to be heard. There are so many victims that have suffered this. There are so many victims that actually committed suicide just because of this singular act. So what do you think you're saying? If you cannot support them, do not break them the more women. Keep your mouth fucking sealed up. if you don't know what to say. You cannot relate because you don't even know what is going on in their head. So just keep your mouth shut. You don't know what she's been through. She is the wife of a famous person, a famous comedian in Nigeria. Are you telling me she's looking for fame? Does she look like a pauper? If she's been a member of that church and the way they've been speaking about the members of the church, that they are all those creme de la creme members. Can you see all the urchins they stage out today to counter-protest the Busola Dakolo's protesters? Did you notice all the urchins, all those dirty, filthy looking things that they arrange on the street of Abuja just to attack Busola Dakolo's protesters? It is all staged. Wake up, Nigerians. Even for those of you that are abroad, how do you think your children will go home and feel safe someday? How do you want your girl child to believe so much in your uncle by sleeping overnight in his house? When you stand against Busola Dakolo, let me tell you, it's coming back to your female child someday. She's going to be in the situation. And whatever it is that you represent today is what we are going to use as yardstick for your own child if they ever fall a victim. So listen well. Whatever you sow today, you're going to reap tomorrow. Garani yebishema sofunyi bi ojo ku. Timi Dakolo, famous musician, famous whatever. The guy, I don't just get it. He has his own family. His mom, his dad, everybody. They've been ready for this. This is social media. It is not something that is so easy to do, let me tell you. For that girl to have faced the camera, she was trembling, shaking, waiting for the reaction of some of you that are beastly out there. I know you cannot wait to scrutinize her because you never had a life. You are used to seeing your father rape your mother. It's a normal thing in your household. That is why you cannot relate with her. It's so sad. Somebody of that age sat right in front of the camera, not well composed. She was trembling. She couldn't even find the right words to express herself. And yet some of you say, oh, you cannot do anything but to just apprehend her. For what? She is framing the pastor. For what? Is it money that she doesn't have? Does she look like a pauper? Why did it take her this long? And did you ever ask yourself why she waited for this long? Yes, somebody say yes, she got married in the church. Why wouldn't she get married in the church when she does not have any other excuse to give her parents to leave the church? Her parents attended this church. This is like a family church. What excuse do you want her to give her parents as the reason for not holding a marriage in that church when she was not even ready to speak? When she's been killed psychologically, when you have maimed her mentally, when she's been tortured emotionally, how do you want her to spill this out? She cannot. Yes, let me tell you, it's all due to what her parent has been doing to her as a child. Do you know how many of you, if you are that kind of parent, at times you don't know what they want to say. It could be some of this vital information to ma wulo saye yin lomo yen fe so. Yes, atatan fofo ni o ma sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣe jẹ́ kó sọ tẹnu eko tó gba lẹ́nu. By the time you slap her paka, ó tán, ó ti gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn jẹ. Some of you are so quick to bring out your cane. Yes, I am guilty of that, I won't lie. Even me, I'm guilty of that. But not to my girl child. The only Timmy, the boy, I was like, Oti bere wale. But you know, we African parents, we are so quick to bring out cane. At times, we just have to give them a chance to speak up. We just have to hear what they've got to say. How can somebody go out? You came back. And you see, there are so many stupid questions I saw online today. And I can go on and on opening it for you on Instagram. One idiot was asking, saying, listen to me very well, and you would do me a great favor if this video can go viral. And then the stupid woman was asking, well, she was lying. How could she say such happened to her when her sister, her older sister, is in the house? Really? Now listen, you moron. African parents of today are the one that indulge your children with all kind of unnecessary gadgets. It is only an African parent you will see, they will first buy the latest PS4, PS5, PS7, PS8, where Oyinbo never do. African parents have saved the money to buy for children. Only African parents I know they will over-pamper their children because they believe we don't want them to look outside. We don't want them to see anything as big deal. So I'm giving my children all necessity of life. Listen, those necessity can actually ruin them. Have you not noticed when your son or your child, I have a teenager child. Have you ever noticed when your child is fully engaged in music? Even let it be the room next to where they are raping. These children will not hear. Don't be stupid. I have seen where I will be calling on children. And they can't even hear because they have their heavy headphones. Until you bang on their door or you give them body sign right in front of them. That is when they are going to know that you are somewhere near them. Shout, knock. Wow, God, because what you want earphone, buruku for one gadget. And you let her and you know the affect eventually. It is an African parent that gives children all this, unnecessary necessity of life, as they call it. It is not necessary at times. So because we were not there, we didn't know what transpired between them. But I can assure you that these young teenagers would have been pampered with all these unnecessary gadgets. She could be very busy with her phone. She could have been listening to a radio at the top, of the radio's this thing, the sound. She will be dancing that she cannot even, not to talk of a girl that is weakened. She has been siphoned. She has been hypnotized. The pastor just told her, you are going to appreciate what I'm doing for you today, tomorrow. Be happy that it is a pastor. Yes, she knew that she was being disvirgined. She didn't even know if that was what the scripture says. How much of our homework has we, the parents, done over these children? Do you see them now? Do you let them know the meaning of sex? Do you let them know the meaning of forceful penetration? Do you let them know the meaning of rape? We prefer to go to parties. I don't know what to say to our parents. This has happened several years back. Yes, it's still not how. The parent came back. They didn't notice any changes in this girl. Even when you have a girl child, when your girls, start to see a man, you should see the difference in them. There will always be something different. There will always be something different. The moment your girl or your son start to kiss, the moment they start to kiss or they start to touch them, there are things that you will notice. They could not fund them. Well, that is possible. And this is why I said there could be music. All the sound system. One day it's okay. Yeah, go and let my watch television. At the height of the sound of that television. She could be deeply engaged in a program that she doesn't want to miss. Have you seen where your children are watching all this X Factor or whatever TV series? Do you know how much they can get confused with your messages because they are watching TV? They'll be like, hey, mommy, okay, mommy, wait, I'm going. Oh my God, Big Brother Nigeria. Come on, guys. Stop the scrutiny. Stop casting unnecessary aspersion on this lady. Think about it deeply. That what could have, prompted such all of a sudden, and her husband was right behind her. They are not waiting for any huge sum to be paid to them. They just wanted justice to be done. And that is what we want as well for her. We want justice to be done. Yes, there's been a lot of protesters. Even today, Baba Boying and Ambrose Shomide, I was watching a local television here in Nigeria today, and I heard Baba Boying and Ambrose Shomide talking about it. It means some of them are fully aware of what is going on. And Baba Boying and Ambrose Shomide even talked about some other pastors molesting women. Guys, wake up. There are a lot of things happening to our girls. This is not the time to start fighting yourself. Let's wait for justice to be done. They need to go through a lie detector. The guy needs to be tried. Yes, it is an alleged crime. But come on. Can't share the needful. Rather than you guys saying rubbish. There are so many useless people that just use this nonsense Facebook engine just to launch their awareness or their dead platform. They just come out and they talk rubbish. It's so irritating. You guys are so disgusting. I don't expect anything better from you though. What else can you offer the world than come out to run your mouth? This is not like the normal play we used to do with one another. All those rubbish you used to do. Abike Jagaban versus she. This one versus... No! This is a complete sensitive and serious issue. A complete sensitive and serious issue that no one should joke with. Do you know how many of our girls are being molested in the movie industry just because they wanted a role? Do you know how many movie producers? It happens a lot in the movie industry where they abuse our girls anyhow just because they promised them a role. Some rubbish role like that. You will see a producer say, oh, waba me ni bibai. Ati do omo ye mi afe gbon. It's called rape. Rape ni. Rape ni koloru komeji to je rape. Do you know how many of our girls suffer this? And yet some of you are there spilling this rubbish out of your mouth saying, oh, why is it now? Why can't our sister talk? Let it happen to you in our own system, in Nigeria, I mean. And do you know, over 25-30% of such crime is committed every year. How many of them have we got to hear? And some dumb heads too came out and say, oh, Nigeria is suffering. Our economy is collapsing. We have political problems. Our structures are road. Are you crazy? Are you mad? Is all of you mad? Go and get your father and your mother and your forefather to solve all those problems. You're crazy. This is a domestic issue. Yes, we will get involved. Get your father to go and solve all those political issues. Let them kill your father, your grandpa, and all the males in your family. How many people have been killed in the attempt to solve political issues? And then we are talking about rape here. And you guys are running your stupid, filthy mouth. What your great-grandfather cannot solve. You are telling us girls, go and solve it. You are a man, you that is talking. Go and get your father to go and solve that political crisis you are calling us to go and solve. We're talking about Busola Dakolo here. We're not talking about all those political crises. It is not in my own place to fix your declining economy. I don't have a business there. I don't live there in the first place. Yes, I pray for my country. I want it to get better. But this is an immediate pressing issue that I would have loved justice to be done onto. Hence, I have no problem. No involvement in all this rubbish you're calling my attention to. You live in Nigeria. You enjoy everything there. So you get your fucking mother and father to fix the problem you're calling us to fix. We're not talking about that here. When we get to the bridge of that one, we'll cross it. But this is the immediate one that is not making us happy. It is destroying the future of our girls. It is making our children abroad uncomfortable to come back to Nigeria. Our children are being scared of you men. Right? Biodun is an entity. Allow him to fix this problem. And we are going to face him as an entity. Biodun is not Nigeria. He is a man of God that is assigned to head COSA. Hence, he needs to fix the problem he has caused for himself by coming forward to tell us the truth. He's a womanizer. Yes. And if he wants to womanize and commit all this adultery, he should do it with an adult, not with a child. So we are not happy and we are not feeling safe leaving our toddlers, our young children in his care in that same church. We say no to rape. No to rape. Shame on you stepfathers that sleep with your stepdaughters. Shame on all of you. May God Almighty destroy you singularly. Because we don't want to pray for your entire generation to be destroyed. So that you don't bring this curse upon the unborn generation that's got nothing to do with this. He wears designer, he does this, he does that to oppress girls. He sleeps with people's wives. He is well known, tagged, and labeled for doing such. And his wife is supporting him. Who cares about his wife? Let the wife put her daughter in the picture of this Busola Dakolo. Let the wife think of what will happen to her daughter after being raped. Some girls even die in the attempt. Some lose their life immediately. A forceful penetration. What kind of mothers are you guys? How do you feel this is being done to your own daughter? Why do you think a lady would just wake up in a matrimonial home and then, cook this up? This demoralizing story up against a man of God. It's totally dismay. Demoralizing is disgusting. Utterly, utterly disgusting. A man that is that handsome, you think he cannot find himself a better woman that is better on the bed? Yes, he can. But because he's a pedophile, a bloody pedophile, you'd rather practice it with children on that age. And you see, your children are not left out because he's not yet done. It is either you allow justice to be taken to be done now, or else your girl children, your sisters, your underage, children will suffer the same thing in his hands. Because a pedophile never stops. They will only stop for a while because there's been so much eyes on them. And after a while, they cannot control the beast that makes them do that in them. They will come back. The trauma that they are leaving your children is what you are going to nurse for the rest of your life. Do you know how many children we have in mental home today? We have so many children in mental home because they cannot, they cannot come to terms with what has happened to them. They have been psychologically damaged. They have been tortured mentally. They have been emotionally broken into pieces. And because of that, because they have no mom, no dad to believe them to run to, they have run mad. They are today in mental home. Ask me if they have talked. They wouldn't talk. Why? Because they are not in the right state of their mind anymore. Because you refuse to give them a voice. You refuse to give them a space to talk, to express themselves. Hence, they have landed into mental home. Because there's no mommy, no daddy to relate it to. It's such a nightmarish experience. When your girl child is being forced, when they gag their neck, when they tell them what we're doing to you is sweet and it's not sweet. Even we girls, I can't remember how many times I had to go before I got this virgin. We tried it like 10 times. I couldn't even stand the pain. They would touch my breast and do me everything. Even at the age of 19, 20, I wasn't mentally ready for the thing. I was already in poly. I was not one of those that get this virgin in secondary school. No, because I had too many boys in my house. So I was toughened up. But even when I was about to do the thing, I know the filing me wasn't something easy. I wasn't prepared. No matter how sweet, how nice your boyfriend is, you still want to say no at some point. And then he will come back again and sweet talk me. Come on, girl, I love you. Then it used to be boys' pride to disvirgin a girl. They just want to disvirgin you and, wear the tag. I disvirgin that pretty girl. I me go mukoko boyfriend. You will run. What if finger? Oh, mama, food the money to buy a con yoko see wa can. I'm telling you. If there are any girls here that felt like that, please, let me see your thumbs up. Kiss, you would have smooshed and, done everything. But by the time it's time to penetrate, the moment they do the first forceful one, you'll be expecting the blood to come out. You wouldn't know that they need a full penetration to get to where that thing is that usually bring out blood. And then you will get up again and say, I'm not ready. What do day? One more to kiss you, want to finger, call a weekend, yes, carry on. Matu for the day, it did me have to dry. Only the color but solita meta came here Abike to farabale. Po ye kukushe. The day I made up my mind, it was so scary. Not to talk of someone to come be oko lao she come but see di omolomo, oko push omolomo. And some people are saying they say they push you. Are you crazy? Why do you want to push your omolomo benye? Do you know what a parent has even instilled in her head? Do you know the kind of, the kind of picture she has of that pastor in her head that maybe is like their mini God? You don't ever say no to him. And to those of you stupid women that send your children, your daughters on errands, you people should stop that shit. Stop sending your female children to go and give food to a pastor in his hotel. If you like, let him come to America. Stop sending your children. Go yourself. If you want to fuck, go and get molested. And stop sending all those innocent children. Stop putting them through this. Stop it. Stop it. How can a good mother go out? They traveled, they left their children uncared for, unattended. And then they came back and they refused to notice the difference in that daughter that they left at home. She would have been quiet, extremely quiet, battling this horror in her head alone, without being able to tell. To top it all, the bastard went to get her a bottle of Crest. Tani omoko won fi Crest sheyun ni. Lawe ko mu Crest ka ye pastor yin kele ye. Tani omo. He fed that Crest because there were some, content of lime or lemon inside it. And then on fear some where share you dada. One more song where we all have our terrible experiences. Do you know how many women are still quiet today? That they are willing to talk, but they are waiting for signal from the public to accept their story. The girl is so scared of the public acceptance of her story, but she relied and believed so much in her husband. So she went ahead to say she didn't even believe in her parents. Can you tell me why it is not while she was in her parents' house that she did it? But because she probably didn't trust them well enough. They've probably portrayed the pastor like a mini God that she dare not say anything appalling about. A pastor fucked your daughter, and your daughter cannot even get up to say, Mommy, this is what happened. Because your daughter can see how you have been over-pampering your pastor like a god. Stop that shit. That's why I hate all those pastors. I don't even go to church anymore. It's crazy. I don't want anybody abusing my daughter. My church is in my house. My mosque is in my house. Do you know how many women are downtrodden? Toma lo sile babalawo, ile oni church, ile afa. And yet Afa will touch them with something and they will sleep with them. They force them. They rape them. Because they know they are vulnerable. When you don't know the meaning of vulnerability, it's because you guys are half-baked bread. You're illiterate. That didn't go to school. And when you claim to go to school, I'm sure the school didn't go through you guys. That's why you sit down and you see all kind of rubbish. I'm not going to come out and start defending that rubbish with you. This is where intelligence is being put to test. When you cannot relate with a lady that has gone through so much in life, that is traumatized, you cannot understand what she's going through. You cannot be there to defend her. I know this Bjordan Fatoyinbo of a guy is a beast, and that is my own take. And I support that girl, that lady, Timi Dakolo, to say no to rape. It needs to come to an end. Imagine you men coming back from work, and your girl daughter innocently ran up to you at the door saying, Dad, 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 hugging you and kissing you. And you looking at that little girl of today that is going to turn into that teenager, into that woman you're going to be adoring in future. Now imagine someone forcefully sleeping with her, your cute little princess, being defiled by a grown man. How would you feel? Tell me now. How would you feel seeing her go through all this pain? How would you feel as a man, though? Tell me. You would have loved to behead them. But you don't want to be beheaded. You don't want people to see what you do behind the door. Do you know how many women are scared to remarry today? They already have a broken home. They cannot move on. They cannot remarry because they don't want their girl child defiled or abused by their supposed stepdad. They would rather remain single till the girl is of age. Do you know how many of these pedophile stories I have brought you? Someone very close to me's daughter has been constantly abused in the UK. by her own boyfriend, her mother's boyfriend, sleeping with her from the age of 8 years old. Each time I'm talking to the mom, she is still crying till tomorrow. And the lady that was abused is over 30 years now, guys. It happened right there in UK where we have full-fledged law. Yet, it was practiced. Yes, the guy today is in the prison. What do you think of the trauma this left your girl child? Afterwards, it is right there in her head. She can't get over it. She cannot be free with any strange, visitor around her. Any male visitor. She can't even trust your own brother, the supposed uncles. She doesn't want any male people around her. She will be having, series of mood swing. She will believe she has failed herself. She will believe you, the parent, has failed in your duty as a mom, as a dad to protect her. If she doesn't have a dad, that moment she'll be cursing on you, the single parent, the single mom that allowed this to happen to her. She will want to stab you in your sleep. This is my mom's boyfriend raping me. Do you know the meaning of rape? Come on, guys, keep saying no to rape. All women have to come together to say no to rape. We are saying no to rape. Abuse of our girl children needs to stop. I can't just comprehend what is going on in the mind of that girl as she was torturing. Do you know how many people are waiting to have your approval? To see the acceptance signal from the public, from the general public before they speak up. Do you know how many people these so-called pastors has destroyed their lives? If you ask his housewife, it could be the type that really fucks the housewife. Maybe she doesn't even get a 3-go in a month, which is 3 times a month. He might not even be doing once a week. Or any spiritual implication. But those are the ones you see defiling young girls forcefully out there. Those are the ones you see quoting biblical scriptures forcefully just because they want a girl to submit. Say no to rape. This is really barbaric. It is a primitive practice. We need to put an end to it. It needs to stop. I'm not happy hearing this. We together say no to rape. Biodun Fatoyinbo is not the only pastor practicing this. It is very common in white garment churches. K&S churches practice this. They go for downtrodden women that are vulnerable. They abuse the church members' children. I would have loved to come out braless today and show you what it feels like to have a teenager in the house. When you have a girl child, they are growing into a woman gradually. Their boobs, their body formation is coming up like that of a full woman. And then the man in the house, their supposed stepdad, that used to care for them as a child, they now start to notice all these curves in that same young girl they used to feed. And then suddenly, they start feeling this stupid, strange feeling, the urge to have sex with that child that lived under them for years, since you two have been married. And the next thing you see them start going for your daughter. How would you feel as a woman? It makes no sense. I have had some experience before in the past. It makes me scared of men around my daughter. I don't want any man around my daughter. I don't want any strange man around my daughter. I would love to protect her. I called her this morning, early this morning, and I was showing her all the videos. And I told her, Angela, let's go to Instagram together. And so she said, okay, Mom, where do you want me to go? And I told her, go and read this story. And she was like, oh my God, Mom, so what's going to happen? I don't hide things like this away from them. I show them. I educate them. I let them know. Even your male child, you should educate them never to allow any auntie, any mommy to play with their private part. This is where it starts. I don't allow any friend to tell my son, this is where it starts. Don't bring their attention to silly things like that. This is where it starts. We have seen mommies molest little, boys as well. But it's not just as common as it is with girls. It needs to stop. We need to bring our voice together to protest against rape. We need to come together as reasonable women, nurturing mothers, to protest against rape. We need to keep saying no to rape. We need to utilize all opportunity on virtually every platform that we go to say no to rape. It is a terrible nightmare that you never want your daughter to experience. You don't want to experience it either. Did you listen to the voice of a woman that was raped recently? I don't know if you saw that video. Remember the video I posted about a woman that was raped by the Fulani herdsmen? Did you see how she felt? Yeah, her husband was there. They said they were going to rape her daughter. The man could not afford to bring his anus for the herdsmen to fuck. Let them defile his anus and fuck it for the sake of the poor girl. If the mother was not there, the father would have voluntarily allowed his daughter to be raped by 6 men, a 9-year-old for that matter. Let's thank God for the grace of mothers in our lives. Let's thank God for these women's blessings in our lives. If not for our mom, that little girl of 9-year-old would have been raped by 6 men. All true. The dad wouldn't have said a thing. He wouldn't have stopped them. He would rather protect his own image, his own anus from being fucked, than protect that little child from being raped. This is how men think stupidly. I saw that and I wasn't too happy that the woman there, and we women have to be the one to pay the price every time. But he could watch his wife being raped by several men all night, 24 hours. But he could not even do anything to protect his own 9-year-old child. He would rather have the mom volunteer herself, give herself up for rape. Come on, guys. Can we all come together to say no to rape? If you haven't seen all these videos, can you stop your stupid sentiment? This is the sentiment that is crushing our economy, our nation, our race as a whole. Black fighting black. Slaves fighting slaves. Slave protecting a white man from raping, his fellow slave. A slave would rather stay under a white man colonization and eat bacon and serve under him in that cool weather than support his fellow slave that is being constantly raped by this Western colonization. It is not funny. It started long ago. We are still practicing it. When is it going to come to an end? When are we going to stop this sentiment? When are we going to come together as one voice, as one body, as Africans, as blacks, to fight for one another? Can you stop breaking yourself? Can you stand up against rape? You never know whose turn is going to be tomorrow. Some idiots having feet on their show. Someone that is having a fit saying, get stand up for myself. Only seizure, only fit in bed. Let's support Pastor Biodun. When you're raising a son in that same line, isn't it? Yes, we know people like that. Your son will eventually turn to a rapist. Your female children will eventually be raping people, raping little boys. They are pedophiles. You're having a fit, several feet just on one show, yet you kept shouting, clamoring for the fame that you never had. It's crazy and sickening. Really crazy and sickening. Huh? You need to stop it. We are sick and tired of things like this on social media. Use it positively. I mean, you can continue this our usual able. Continue it. Write something about Abike Jagaban. The irony of life. A woman is raped, and then a fellow woman is the first person to come out to scrutinize her because she eventually found her voice to talk. Did you put yourself in her own picture? Did you ever put yourself in her picture? Did you picture your grandchildren, your sister, or something being raped? It is not just little children that get raped. It is not just underage. An unconsented sex by anybody is a forceful penetration, is called rape. Whatever a woman or a man does not consent, that is not their choice, and then you are forcefully doing it. It is an act of rape. You are raping the person. A lot of Nigerian men, let me tell you, 75, in fact, 80% of Nigerian men, married or not married, they rape their wives, whether you like it or not. They don't wait for them to consent it. They just want to come open her leg. They don't care if she's ready for it or not. They just want to do it and reach climax. That is all they care about. When a Nigerian man pays your bride price, they believe they have paid everything, including money for your life. Either you die there or you don't die there. They just want to fuck you and do you anyhow till they are satisfied, without considering the way you are feeling as a woman. A Nigerian man don't want to care whether you're just gone through a cesarean session or you just came back from the hospital and you're not mentally ready for sex. They just want to do it because they believe you are their wife. It's crazy. I hate it. And whether you like it or not, this is what is making our children to go into lesbianism. Listen very well. When your girl child is so scared of the male sex, when they cannot comprehend what is happening to them in their head, they would rather look for solace in the hands of a fellow girl like them. And this is how it goes. And then you will feel betrayed. You will be so ashamed to tell your friends, that is our girlfriend, that is a partner, a woman like her, and you cannot say this out. Why? It started from the grassroots. If you cannot fix the grassroots, you can't fix it up there. Listen well. That's just it. This is how you push your female children into other female children's hands. There's no harm in it. After all, it is legalized abroad. And it's about to be legalized back here, Seth. Whether you like it, you legalize, you don't legalize it, they are practicing it already. They are practicing it. Who cares? Well, you don't care for them as a parent. You don't want to give them listening ears. You don't want to stand up for them. You don't want to pay sacrifice for your girl child. What do you have to say when they eventually become lesbian? It is not a crime to be a lesbian. It is allowed. But remember, our culture and tradition has got something against it. Our spiritual belief has got something against it. Sodom and Gomorrah. But they don't care about all those ones in the Western world. You know what the children do these days? They pick their partner, they fly abroad, and that's just it. You're done and dusted with as a parent because you failed in your duties to protect them. Give them a chance to speak up. Let them say when they have the heart to do so. Stop considering the shame that your family are going to face after they spill it out. Stop putting your parental, your family, your church consideration into place before you put that of your own daughter. Our happiness should be your own happiness. Your pride should lie in your children. If your pride fails to lie in them, where does it lie then, women? Where does it lie? Stop bringing home all kind of different men to where you have grown-up children. Keep it secret. Do your dirty thing where they are not. Don't let them see what is happening. Don't give them too much freedom with your boyfriend. Don't allow your girl children to jump on your male visitor. There's no hug allowed in my own house. Angela, you are not allowed to hug. My daughter is still naive. She's still fresh. I don't want anybody defiling or start taking, advantage of her body. All these men can be beastly. Hello, me and forward come on, we know about a whole lot of them like that. Have you not experienced it when we were younger? When some boys would just close the door. I remember one stupid idiot then. He's in London there with me. When we were younger, when I went to his house, he would say, Basira, wọ́n sọ pé o fẹ́ gbá mi ni, that is me he was calling o. Wọ́n sọ pé gbogbo owó tó máa ń gbà lọ́wọ́ mi o fẹ́ gbá mi ni. Èní ló máa ṣe kíní yẹn, mo ní you dey craze. Ó wá wèrè ni. Ọmọ tètè ṣílẹ̀kùn kí tó fi gò fọ́ orí ẹ̀ dànù. You have to train them to be brave. Get them ready psychologically, physically for the unexpected. Get your girls ready. If only the mom got her ready, she would have given him a pushback. She would have yelled and scratched his face. But because she created so much fear in her, you told her the reason why they must not ever, ever say back to a pastor. You already created the kind of fear of God in the image of that pastor into your own child. They are not your God. They are only pastors. Somebody in the same flesh as you that is assigned to head the ministry where you practice your religion. Hence, you should educate your own children, your male, female children, and even male. Did you not hear of the one that is abusing male children? Don't do a woman láti di. Ṣebí bí náà láti gbọ́ some few years back where a male pastor was abusing male children through the heinous canal sex. We saw it. So educate all your children. My pastor is not to touch you intimately. In fact, what on earth is my pastor doing in my house? I don't remember my pastor ever visiting my mother when I was growing up. My mother was a radical like me. I used to tell you she's a custom officer, a first woman. I can't remember any pastor visiting our house ever. Can you people just cut the cord of this rubbish pastor via church members' relationship? Cut it off, man. We don't need such. Why are they coming to my house? When I come to worship in your church, the relationship ends there. Don't come to my house, man. Why coming to my house? Especially when I'm not in. You would have been doing this. They have abused the position, the seat. They have abused the mantle which we gave them to be our head, our spiritual godfathers. So why encourage your children to respect them to a point where they cannot argue their other? Oh, come on, women. Don't be stupid. Don't ruin your tomorrow because of today. Do not ruin your tomorrow. Do not ruin the lives of your children, their future, because you want to serve a pastor diligently, because you want God to be happy with you. It needs to end in the church. We say no to raping in the church and everywhere. It needs to stop. Sit your children down and give them a full education on sex. Let them know your visitor's boundary around them. Tell them when I'm not, you know me when I'm not in. Ask Pastor Yoruba and all of them. My children will never open the door. Ibo not be ṣílẹ̀kùn fún yín. Wọ́n kì í fẹ́ lọ ra nǹkan lẹ́gbẹ̀lé. Ò ní ṣílẹ̀kùn yẹn kó jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi tán mú ẹ lójú méjèèjì. Wàá pẹ́ bí ọ̀pẹ lẹ́nu ọ̀nà. I gave them the order tí ìyá tó bí mi bá wọlé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣílẹ̀kùn until I'm there. Tí bàbá tó bí mi bá wà ńbẹ̀, you don't venture opening the door until I am there. Just as the order, I get them. And when you train them in, a godly way, there are things that they will not disobey you over. I let them know African uncles, they abuse children too much. I used to tell them, the way it is. I remember some time ago, when I was a child, and I hope my haters are here so that they will have something to say about me after this session. And I remember I had an accident, in the mid-90s, thereabouts, or the early 90s, I can't remember now. I had this accident, and I was so young, And then this man came home, and a German. If there's any of my home girls or boys, online today, they will testify to it. And then they sent this man home to be taking care of me. He's a traditional healer. All those ones. So they sent him. If you are here, that accident I had in Olokodano then, with an Okada. So they sent this man home to come and be taking care of me. And then my auntie was not home. My auntie wasn't home. My auntie used to be home, but on this fateful day, my auntie was not home. And then he came saying, Abike, Moa, well, they don't call me Abike, they call me Basirat. So I came to give you today's treatment. He usually come like that every two days or three days. So he came and he said he was going to take care of me. And I expected him to bring, usually he comes with all this dry bone of elephant or cow, you know, those big bones. This is how the traditional healers, this is how they treat you, you know, locally. And they will take the dry bone, he will put one on my leg like this, a smaller one, and he will use the bigger one as an hammer to break the bone, so that when the bone get broken, they will now realign it so that it can now grow normally. So he was just trying to break that bone. He's been trying for days, for weeks, months. And then on this fateful day, my house was so quiet. I was the only girl then. I missed about 7, 8 boys. I went Nika to sleep. Everybody that is online that you know me so well, Basira, today, you will say, yeah, Basira, it was a tomboy. I was ready for the unknown. Severally, the boys will attempt to touch me intimately. And I will catch them from the sleeping. I do go, both. I remember one boy came to our house, Mui, and we were sleeping, and me, I used to sleep in their midst. I would sleep in the middle. Because there was no space for us to sleep. And I would sleep there. Our room is filled up with visitors. So for us that sleeps in the living room, we were probably just watching a movie and everybody would just fall asleep there. My sister, if she's online today, the one that used to come and visit us from the Highland, she will testify to Ibiola. And then this boy was creeping, you know, quietly closer to me, and he put 2 fingers into my trouser from the top. If you train your girl child in a way to be ready for anything, they will not be sleeping too much. The moment anything strange touches them, they will be alerted. The moment I felt the finger, I grabbed the person by the wrist from my sleep. And I traced them, because the next one to me is not him. He was the 3rd person to me where we were lying down. The moment I grabbed his hand, he was struggling. Boom, boom. His name is Mui. And I couldn't sleep again. I just got up. I now went to stay by my uncle's door. I was waiting. I was knocking. Daddy, oh, daddy. Everybody like Basira Kinoche, where even though he didn't jump on me. I punched him. I gave him a bad slap. He saw no ekwa mo mora bi se fole ti be lo se be po un ti sun wora. Ta lo je ya, mo fe no pa níbi tó sùn sí. Tó dákẹ́. The next time my uncle told him, láyé tó máa fi kú o gbọ́dọ̀ wá sùn lé wa mọ́. Láyé. Igba Basira sọ pé ó fẹ́ máa fọwọ́ kàn un. He was like, èmi máa call me, so calling me ma. Honey, láyé má wá sùn bí mọ́. And they called his friend, so for real, láyé kò gbọ́dọ̀ wá sùn lé wa mọ́. He could be coming there because of me in the first place. But then I wasn't susceptible to such. But it takes a weakling, somebody of a more gentle nature, to just submit. You cannot blame them. Abitoba feel pe o leyan ta ló ma believe me. O le lo succumb to such. And remember, now let me finish the story of that other man that was coming to treat my leg in the house. So I had this terrible accident with Okada. We're going for Miss Pageant in the Polytechnic, and I was getting ready. If my friend Lydia Ojo was online today, she would testify. And then we're getting ready for the Miss Pageant. You know, I used to have tall, beautiful legs. Beautiful legs like that. Let me show you, it's still there. In case you don't know, Abike has got very beautiful straight legs. Look at it. Can you see that? Can you see my legs? Can you see my miss? Can you see? Look at it. So, I used to have these beautiful, long, sexy legs. That when a man sees me, they will be nodding head on the street. I don't wear anything apart from short. Ask them if they are online today. I used to have big bum, very big bum, big booby, since I was a teenager. My custom duty is too much than my age. So when they see me, they tend to follow me, thinking I was off age. Everybody wanted to sleep with me, even some married men on our street. That's why I'm gonna say Basonga, Basira too. That is me. They are calling you, Mama Shako. I knew what they wanted because I was in the midst of boys. I know how to woo ladies into submission. So when they call me, when the married one says, Oh, but guy. It's like in go west salo. Abike te mo de alone. Inte ni down ni bisi la ka mo nbo sa. O ti ya danu niyen. E le ri mi. Emi o gba nonsense yen láyé. You know what I mean? Because what he trained me to be rugged. So when this guy came to my house and he was like, oh, where's your mommy? I said, my mommy is not at home. He said, I should get ready for today's treatment. I said, how is it going? Which one be get ready again? Usually when I sight him like that, I'll start to cry. He has come again to bang my leg. He will hit me with those big animal bones, you know, dry bones that I got from only God knows where, you know, and all those whatnots that he brings with him. He will start banging my leg. Nobody enjoy, nobody. This one is not matter of him banging my leg. Oh, he needs to collect some specimen from my vagina. Ew! Ege! Kaye mi to ba wa le not ti ku danu. So I'm like, specimen from my vagina. Then come inside me, abi me come inside person. Why you collect specimen from my vagina? Because you have come to treat my bone, my leg. This is how much they hypnotize your female children into submission if care is not taken. Why did he say that on the day that my auntie was not at home? He noticed that there was no one at home. My man has gone out to buy, probably to get some marketing to our shop. My brothers were not home. There was no one at home. I was not an house girl. I was a part of the family that is always specially treated because I'm the only girl. So they pamper me like, forget it. They pamper me like. My mother at some point deliberately put me there. Go and stay with my brother. And I was there for a few years. And this man strategically came on a day that there was no one in the house. And I was vulnerable, if you ask me. I couldn't work for 2 good years. I could not make it to the Miss Pageant. I missed everything, all the fun. My dreams was shattered because of that singular accident. It was just somewhere near my house. We were going out to the animation's house. And then, you know, they used to have a party, this Oba side animation. It used to be everybody's daddy in the area then. And then we were going for a gig. If you remember the year and you're online, you testify to that. And as I was about crossing, you know, the thing just hit me, bagam the Okada, and that was the era where Okada just hits, you know, like 1 million people in 1 month. You see Bobby Ward loaded, bagam, and they took me there. Then eventually they said, "Oh, I want a job, I want a da," and I agreed to it. And then this guy came because he couldn't find anyone in the house. He said he wanted to collect specimen from inside my vagina. I remember I wanted to walk. I was desperate to regain my mobility status. I wanted to walk. I don't want to be lame. I don't want to just sit down in a place. So I would do anything he asked of me. But come to think of it, I sat down as a girl child, smart and sharp thing like that. I'm like, oh really? How do you intend to do that? He said, well, you need to lie down. I need to dip my finger inside your vagina and collect specimen. What do I even know? You see, then it's called omiobo. Because I said it in a very vulgar and raw language when I was telling my brothers that I said it because I was raw and vulgar. And my brothers too, we were raw. We can talk raw. We were the proper butter. But when it comes to being raw, we can formulate any slang and make, you know, fun out of it. So I was telling them, say, hey, Rakade, imagine, but they see what happened to me today. Oh. And they said, what happened? I said, this man came today. He was pressurizing me to lie down so that I could put his finger in mine. Gina was almost doing it. Because there was no one there to say no. I was, you know, vulnerable. I was tend to believe it's part of my treatment. And I asked him, what is that for? He says, it's to appease the God. What does appeasing God have to do with just a normal accident? Tell me. So I watch when a whole lot of them are spilling their rubbish. Do I look like someone that such get to? I have got thick skin. I don't care what you make out of this story today. You know I'm fully prepared for you all. And it only shows the little brain that controls you lot out there. When you don't know my story, just all kind of rubbish. And I look at you, I laugh. But the people that knows me so well, that happen to be part of my life, they also laugh at your stupidity out there. So the man said, I am going to appease the God, so you need to lie down. I think I was just about 20 years old. I was just about 19, 20. Remember 1920? Now deduct 2-3 years from me. Boya mo share this virgin. Nikini yellow shele. I'm telling you. So I've not even had to do the fucking thing properly. I don't get to see the good side of the fucking thing. Let the thing sweet me. Kinte happen. Nikini yellow shele see me. So it's like you get this virgin, the thing sent me back inside. I couldn't go back to school. I couldn't do anything. But thank God I was a very brilliant child, an extremely brilliant one while, growing up. It doesn't take me 2 times to make whatever exam I sit for. I've never had to sit for any exam twice in my life. For work on, to ba je jambu ni, mo ma mu cut off mark over mu ni, to ba je GCE whatever ni, mo ti mu GCSE yen, lo work on. Whatever, my school cert, they'll say school cert you will not pass. Let me show you my school cert and you'll be like, wow. So, it came when he knew that the house was quiet because he wanted to molest me. But thank God I was mentally prepared for everything coming from a male, perpetrator like him. I stood akimbo. I told him, you cannot put your hand. I say, if you need a specimen, let me put my hand inside my vagina myself and put the thing or inside your mouth or wherever you want me to put the thing. Why would you want to put your finger in my private parts? Why would you want to dip your finger in there? Because the next thing he would have said is, okay, lie down. Let me even focus it there. But thank God my parents trained me well. And we're so free in our house. When Mama came back, I found it so easy to approach her to tell her, do you know he was going to touch my pussy? This is how free we are to her. She was a wonderful person, and all of us, we can approach her. Even the boys, when they sleep with their girlfriend, they approach her and we tell her everything. And so with my mom. So this is the kind of relationship you should give your children. This is the kind of relationship you should try and encourage between yourself and your children. So I told him, you cannot forward see the meal. To be working for me, but for a kuku laogi, into mo ko ti ma ko jade o ma ti kikidiri. Idi to ti pade ti odoko. Normal semen will be there, and I will bring it out and put it in your mouth. He said he must wash. At the end of the day, do you know he forced me to be washing my private part? And he was bending down like this. He was even peeping. Inside the thing now, you know, go bring out. He's an Indian woman. Only God knows, an Igbo man. He was even bending his face like this, looking inside my private part if I'm washing it properly for him. He took the water and he took it away, and I was just laughing. And at some point, myself and my brothers will be laughing. Hey, what's it going on? We were making jest out of everything. But I didn't get to realize he was actually trying to molest me. I didn't understand the depth of what he has done, the attempt. If not that I was smart, he would have successfully, raped me by hypnotizing me, making me believe he's trying to appease some God so that my leg could get ill. And this is me still swaying like a, queen today. If only we can get all our girls prepared for everything in life. Nothing will break them or make them succumb into things like that. Imagine, I don't even, know what I'm doing. Okay, do it. Ati formula no jaga. You should prepare your girls mentally. You should prepare them emotionally and psychologically for situations like this that are unexpected. If only the girl was well prepared, she would have said no to the pastor then. But let's thank God for today. Everything happened for a reason. So I say like a clarion call to all women, all girls, to stay alert. Be careful. Be ready for all those beasts. When they give you a punch, you punch them back so hard in the groin. When they give you a push, push them. It's only in Nigeria that you see someone that is trying to rape his wife forcefully, and the woman will push him small, he will go and die. They will say, make the girl bend down, carry the corpse. Now you kill her. They will refuse to acknowledge the terrible act that the man was about to do when the incident happened. Only in Nigeria, injustice. Honestly, we need to educate our children. The man for attacked me, but remember we used to live in Oyinbo, so he cannot escape. Oh. There were so many Igbo boys there. Oh. If he tried to go down, the way they will catch him and kill him, he will not even believe it. Because our house is a very popular house. In fact, we are almost the most popular person because the population of our family member alone is a very large family. And with a lot of girlfriends and wives, you know, he now made it larger. So when you hear about the family name like this in our road, you know these are not the ones that you can just fuck with. They will look for, we went looking for him because he didn't give us his real address. My brothers would have dealt with him so ruthlessly. You know? So people, please, let's not make any fun out of this or make jest of the lady. We need to prepare our children. You need to lecture them, give them a sound education over sex and reason why they don't have to submit to such if it ever arises. I am not happy, you know. When I look at everything, I think I'm one of the bravest women because I have gone through hell in life and yet I'm still like this. And I don't even have a single memory of anybody trying, you know, or successfully, you know, molesting me. And let me tell you, when you don't prepare them, if your girl child ever get to enjoy this molestation, they attend never to stop the perpetrators. That is another thing. The side effect of an early sex life for your girl child. If you don't educate them enough, we have seen where 12, 13-year-old encourage sex themselves. Remember I told you, my friend, that our daughter has been molested since she was age 8 years old. It got to a point where the lady was enjoying the sex and she never wanted to tell her mom. Before the supposed stepfather approaches her, she has opened her leg because she wanted to come. She just want to enjoy the whole thing. And she refused to tell her mom. The guy has paid a do not tell price into her account. He will buy her stuff. He will pamper her. And the girl value all this thing more than telling her mom or her dad or her brother, sorry, that was around then, what is going on. So this you should not encourage. Unnecessary gifts, you know, pampering from your boyfriend, your stepdad, you know, to your daughter. Don't encourage it. When it's not her birthday, why are you bringing her so much gift? I don't see that as generosity, please. Do not spoil her. I don't allow any kind of pampering. I'm the one you're sleeping with. Why focusing on my daughter? That's it for me. I don't know about you ladies out there. Stop giving my children what they don't need. Why are you trying to seduce her? Why are you trying to lure her into bed by giving her all those material gifts that I don't give her as a mom? The moment you know your child does not lack any good thing of life, don't encourage any man to start pampering them or giving them all those unnecessary luxury. It's just their own little petty way of luring them into bed. So please, women, be careful. It is not everything your boyfriend gives your children you should think is normal. At times, they are only trying to plant their interest in the heart of your girls. Be careful. Be wary of this around you. I'm not happy with the way the general public is handling the situation of Busola, you know, Dakolo, and that of Pastor, what is his name again? Biodun Fatoyimbo. Honestly, we need to soft pedal. We need to find a more subtle approach to the situation rather than castigate the lady, cast aspersion, or scrutinize her for no reason for coming out to talk about our ordeal with this horrible beast. Please, please, I repeat, she needs your strength as a lady to keep going on. She needs the support network. Women should build women, not break one another. I stand with Busola Dakolo to say no to rape. I don't care about all this rubbish you guys are writing all over the place. You can't even defend what you're saying. That's why I say I hate to fight with people that are not intellectual. You're not even smart or intelligent enough to defend what you're saying. Some of you haven't even watched the full video. You don't even know what happened. You don't know the genesis of this problem. You just pick it from the peripheral of things. And then you're concluding in your own little mind. I'm passing this horrible message out just to silence her. If you have been paid to silence this vulnerable woman, we are fully there. We don't need anybody to pay us to give her our own support. I will continue to give her support. I can pack everything I have to do up now, and I'll find my way to her as I'm in Nigeria. I will see her. I will talk to her. You know I can do it. So please, guys, shut your mouth up. Give her your support if you can afford to. Don't go behind that to say rubbish. People like you that defend rubbish, you are only saying a lot about your own upbringing, your father, and what you actually represent as a person, which is rapists. If your father is a rapist, you will come out to defend such. If you have been used to being raped, you will come out to defend such. Let this pastor come out to tell us his own story. He's been quiet, and from the look of things, you can see they are using money to bury a whole lot of truth that is about to be unleashed. We can't wait to hear them. I'll be more than happy to come out to give it to him anytime, any day. I don't like him. I cannot like such a person. If he fascinates you, then that is your own problem. Because you've been a beast, a horrible, ugly bitch from day one. So it should tickle your fancy when you, for the first time in your life, sight a man like Abiodun Fatoyinbo. You might seem as the best bloke you've ever seen. But that's your own headache. It still doesn't stop us from saying no to rape. We'll keep saying no to rape. We'll keep standing against rape. We'll keep supporting Busola Dakolo as the whole thing unfolds. We are following it 247. In fact, I wanted to go to that church today. There was, a whole lot of protests. I wanted to go to the church today, but because my soldier didn't come on time, today is Sunday. He came, I have someone, that guides me. He didn't come on time. He came around 2 o'clock, and it was past the church time. And I told him, oh, there's no need anymore. So he's left now. Because I heard about the protests. I'm in Nigeria, and I'm going to do my best. I don't care about how you all feel out there. Yeah, you must have been used to your rapist of a father, of a brother, of a son. But remember, we are girls, and we also have girl children, and we don't want our future or the future of our girl child to be ruined. Hence, we are standing firmly to say no to rape. So thank you so very much, everybody. This is going to be my own submission, to the whole thing. I'm not happy. I know a whole lot of you have got things to say. Let me see if I can actually open the line for you guys to contribute. Let me see the time. Well, this is almost 8 o'clock. Maybe I will open the line for a few people to call in. Please don't start calling now. I am going to give you another number to call into, which would be a 073-760-44150. I repeat, 073-760-44150. I'm actually just gonna, guys, could you please help me to type this out? Let's simultaneously, type it out there for people that would like to come in, to call in. And you can only call in on WhatsApp, mind you. 44150. Okay, you can only call in on WhatsApp. Let's hear what you have got to say. Hello, Loretta, how are you? How you doing, brother? Kíyàn má lè máa lọ kiri pastor kẹ́tì mọ́lúwẹ̀ kọ́ ti yọkọ́ sí yàn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì dídọ̀ yìí ni àwọn aláfiṣe bíi inú orí àfiṣe yìí ni. Adé o, miss call o. Just hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm going to turn off my... Well, you can't call in directly. You can only reach me on WhatsApp on it. Just on WhatsApp. Let's see if I can actually share this one. Eyika. Support here. Shame on all of you. Look at how you cheaply arrange all those urchins, all those street boys, all those hooligans on the street of Abuja just to counter protest that Busola Dakolo's protesters, just to silence them. How come we can't give truth a chance in this country? Too much corruption. Thank you, Owambe. God bless you. Okay, I'm only getting missed call because you guys are attempting to call me directly. I've told you can only reach me on WhatsApp. I'm not in the country, I'm in Nigeria. Hence, you can get me directly on that number. Don't bother to call my 074. My 074 wouldn't go. Just call me on 073-760-44150. That is the only number you can reach me on WhatsApp. Sorry, wọn fàyélẹ̀ fóyìnbó ẹgbẹ́ wọn gan pé kó máa rẹ́pù èèyàn ṣeré. Òyìnbó gan ó ń sẹ́ńtẹ̀ǹsì wọn. Tó bá pé prince ṣì wà láyé ní a máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lọ ní báyìí. Oh, you like my makeup? Thank you. I did it myself as usual. Trust me. Thank you. Yeah, I got a date. Not a rapist like Biodun Fatoyinbo. No. Yeah, I'm sure this is hurting his supporters. All those dirty looking, horrible, ugly beasts on Facebook. They've always been a beast. Anyway, guys, the line is open for a few calls to come, to call in. 073-760-44150. So hopefully you will get you. I'm in Nigeria. You cannot call that number directly. So please. This is a very serious matter. And please, Prince Olu Gabriel, can you please spare me that stress of helping you to talk about Fulani herdsmen? Do you want them to send Fulani to me? Joe, what's the name? Olori, you know, and the Fulani herdsmen, you. People should come and be talking about the team. This is not about Fulani herdsmen. Yes, we are not happy about what they are doing to us. But please, this is a domestic issue. That one is a major problem in your country. We have heard that it is all this your head of state that are actually sponsoring it. It's just like when the Boko Haram, Boko Haram, èmi kàn mo ní kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ Fúlàní wá o ẹjọ́ o ẹ jẹ́ n kọjá sólu mi náà o mi ti wá o kí n tẹ oyster card mi padà o ẹ dé o ṣe dé ná. Let me pick this call. I'm going to put it on speaker so that we can all hear what they're about to say. Oh, unfortunately, we lost that. Okay. I'm going to place a call back to that person. Oh, they're still on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, hello, caller. How are you? Oh. Okay, that call thing got you. Hold on a second. I'm going to place a call back. Àbí ẹ̀rẹ́rìn ni ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá ayé. Ẹ sọ fún wọn pé kán yọwọ́ wọn sọ́hùn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Èmi ò bá yín dá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Ọmọ tí ológun àríyé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Èmi ò fẹ́ ṣe sáwọn olórí yín o. Yes, we are not happy about it. But then, okay. I'm going to be calling you back in case you can't get through. Once I see your missed call, I will call you back. Let's be trying it one after the other. In bad try, we are going to pay the next one. No. Yes, I understand it's a major issue, but then, please, I am a vlogger, but I don't delve into all those, your Fulani, your political, kiniko. There's someone that has mouth, then we're ṣe jẹ́ fún yín nọ́mbà rẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ bá yín ó ti tàpá sí gbogbo òkèlè wálé mọ́ ẹ lè lọ bá yín ẹni tí ò wálé mọ́ kí ló ní láti lè sí èmi sì fẹ́ mọ̀ wálé o mo sì máa jẹ olórí yín nùlù yìí so ẹni sùúrù I'm not giving corruption a chance to breathe, but then a step at a go, okay, please ẹ má bínú o I didn't mean to be rude. Okay, let me give this a shot again. Are you people laughing at me? Don't laugh at me. Why is it not connecting though? And then the mother like a wale somebody. You don't my feying jai no. Kuro mi. Say me, emi je bi ota ti fe lo ba won mu Fulani asmen. Ebe kin lo ba yin mu Fulani. Alẹ́ ẹ̀dá ìkà ni wọ́n ti sọ fún mi tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ó dáa wọ́n ti sọ fún mi tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ó dáa ẹ̀dá o. Hello. Good evening, caller.
Oh, is this Abike?
Yes, it is Abike Jagaban show.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I'm very, very happy that somebody else on Facebook is saying something positive about what's her name, Busola. I was so disappointed. First of all, I'd like to say a big thank you because I've not been myself for the past 2 days. I know this guy Piotr very well, and his sister is my friend. We went to secondary school together, together. It's so sad that even women with children who say this about Busola.
Yeah.
Do you know what she went through coming out, the courage it took for her to come out? I'm so proud of you because you are the only one out of all these people that I don't want to mention that's come out. This is my first time of calling.
Thank you.
To all this call. And I'm very happy that you're doing this, and I'm very happy with you. And
thank you.
I'm proud of you. I'm just happy that somebody else has spoken because I had to deactivate my Facebook account like 2 days ago. Then I went back again. These women were still tearing this lady down.
Yeah.
So please, they should try and investigate the matter because somebody called me yesterday, another of my classmates, and told me what this guy did to her.
Wow.
Yes, because we all know him now, Piotr. Even the wife can't do anything. You know why? Because it's a business. She's a business partner. So it's an investment. I'm sure they don't have a good marriage, but she has to pretend that everything is going on fine. So the business can go on. So don't even talk about I pity the wife. No, the wife is involved. They might not be in a marriage, but they're in the business together. So she has to.
So the church is like an investment for them.
Yes, she has to do everything. I'm a woman. I shouldn't say a woman.
And the wife is like an investor.
She's heartless, and all the people with daughters that are saying this about Busola. Or I don't know Busola. I know the husband because I've stayed in the same estate before in BI before he got married and everything. And I mean, he was not a singer then, but we didn't used to talk. You get, but this for all these women saying, and they got kids, and one stupid guy also sent me a DM because I went mad on IG. My post and everything was crazy. The guy tried to DM me like, "Oh, take it easy." I said, "You went to uni, Lawrence. You were probably said, and you have a daughter. Even if you say your daughter is in the UK, I mean, anything can happen. Well, I mean, is Bjorn the only one that is guilty? Don't say because your daughter is not here, then you think you're free, and you open your mouth to tell me that the Bjorn might be innocent. You know how many people came out? I had a call yesterday. Someone told me, my friend that went to school together, oh, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that.
A uni Lawrence student as well.
Where's the evidence? No evidence. But all the people that I've spoken with, they don't have any reason to. As a matter of fact, the person that called me yesterday, she hasn't spoken to me in a long time. But because of what she saw that I put on IG, she had to call me. I was wondering why she was calling. I had to. Missed her call. I called back. She told me I experienced with this same Piotr. I know why the church started in the law.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you.
And I'm so mad because
I know. I know. It's quite touching.
It's
I
so
know.
depressing. The comments, you know, the one that's more depressing and sad to me is the comments of people.
Yes. People are terrible, seriously. The commentators can be so terrible. Some of them are not even, mentally balanced anyway, so I don't see it as anything. Yeah, but for those ones that are staging shows, I mean, it's a shame on them.
Do you know what she went through? Not everybody is going to come, but you know a lot of people are even coming out. You know that it doesn't even have anything to do with Piotr. Some other churches.
And you know, sis, with all these commentators here and there, he can only silence the ones that would have been encouraged to come out and talk like Busola. Now they wouldn't want to talk because of the way the general public is, resenting them. The resentment wouldn't let them talk. They won't speak up.
Yes. And another stupid one that I think had a similar experience, maybe with somebody else, was talking about forgiveness. I mean, it's good to forgive, but this guy is unrepentant. I know him.
No way to forgive. They are crazy.
Even here in America,
you should face the law.
I called because of this thing I brought up about TD Jakes and Beyonce's picture. Somebody sent me an email that have you tried to email TD Jakes?
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you.
The comments are crazy.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you. Thank you. God bless you. We are happy you called in. Let's give another person a chance to speak. And thank you so much for your submission. God bless you. Thank you. That's it. You heard from that caller. Okay. We have to wait for another person to contribute their culture. Hello. Hello, caller. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Am I through to? Yeah. Basically, what I want to say is that we Nigerians, we had the problem. It's not the government. Because people keep talking about, why not talk about all the political problem we're having in the country? We need to start from somewhere.
Exactly.
And this female molestation is where we can start from.
Yeah.
At least if we can get justice from a particular aspect.
Yeah.
We know, to get Nigerian better, we need to start from somewhere. It could be from the church, it could be from the mosques, it could be from anywhere. It doesn't matter where we're starting from. So I'm not sure why, I'm so disappointed reading, even on Instagram. So most of my comments, people come for me and I give it back to them. So that's why I would say I give it to you guys. AJ, I would say you gave me the strength. Because before now, if people talk about me online, I'll just be quiet. But now, if I comment on Instablog and you say trash to me, I sit down there and I give you back.
Oh, God. So
I cannot share my opinion and I'm afraid of what people think. I've been giving it to them back to back.
Thank you.
So it is just, I'm really, really so pleased. I'm happy. And about the other people saying crap, it's okay. They're allowed to say crap because their IQ is so low.
Sure.
They have a low level of intelligence.
Definitely.
So you can expect them. You wouldn't expect less from some women.
You're very right. Thank you so very much.
So it is really expected. Thank you for voicing out. So I stand with Busola. I stand with her, and I'm so pleased she's able. I respect her courage because a lot of us, we've been through one thing or the other, but we are afraid, we are ashamed to speak up. Yeah. So she is, in fact, she is she's a face of a woman, of a brave woman. Each time I see her, I see courage in her, and I stand with her.
We thank God.
You know,
Thank you
so
so
I'm
very
just so
much. God
happy. I
bless
have,
you.
you know, thank you so much for
It's my pleasure.
sharing your experience, for voicing out. And I'm so pleased, let everyone voice out so that we can know who has IQ and who has traded their intelligence for stupidity. We just need to know, because I'm just not surprised at some people's comments. It is expected, because you wouldn't expect less from them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy I'm treating you for the first time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for calling in. God bless you. Okay, we're going to be taking a few comments from the people on the platform here. In case you've been trying to get through and you can't get in. Someone said I was blocked on the platform because I said what you're saying, Queen AJ. Why are we so hypocritical? Well, everybody with their own opinion, Ogma and Oye. Well, wherever your opinion is not respected, just leave them to their own thing. That's their headache. You come elsewhere where your opinion will be valued and appreciated. That's what I believe in. Okay, everybody to their own opinion. But then we need the girls that are supporting, Biodun Fatoyinbo to be dealt with in future, not for their children. Sorry, caller. Or their children to be dealt with. Hello, caller.
Hello, Minege.
Good evening.
I'm calling from Chicago.
Oh, good to hear your voice.
Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for everything.
And
I'm a proud and original silent watcher of AJT. We say no to bullying, including rape.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing today. I was watching a lady on Facebook. She was stammering and backing nonsense, talking about Biodu the rapist is handsome. Can you imagine?
What else?
Even if you don't have a daughter, you have a son.
Yeah. Benny.
Handsome. Who cares? Who cares? Queen AJ, thank you so much. And the lady that did the show, Morai, and most people know her. You are a disappointment to your generation. Because you will not come out and be backing and stammering.
Our life service, no. I service, that's the one.
This is a pastor. I know him very well. I know his story very well. I lived in Abuja for 20 years. To join church, join church workers. In 2013, he organized all white party in Dubai just for the church workers, only female. And you are telling me he's handsome, we should support him.
Can you imagine? Shameless, senseless lot. Thank you so much, sister. God bless you. I mean, it's so disappointing to see, women of this jet age. Okay, I'm going to read this out again from a fan out there saying, truth is many pastors are abusers. They carry on in ministry even after punishment. The whole idea of Busola coming out is for awareness and to deter other predators. Thank you for that contribution, Dupe. God bless you. Okay, I'm going to take this again. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, my sister.
Yeah.
Queen AJ. I don't know how to start it, but I really love you, and I love this program especially.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate how you are attending to this, because I used to know Pusola because I lived in Ilorin, and I have a friend that lives close to her house in Beijing, and since she was very young, they always have. She has always been a quiet girl, a lovely girl, because the family is a Christian family, and they're a kind of family that their parents have always put them in the way of the Lord since they were very young. So when this came up, nobody ever had this. It's really surprising. And then Piotr, I used to know him. He was a notorious guy back in school then.
Yes, so we heard.
I think he finished in Benin.
So we heard.
Later, because it was rusticated in Unilorin.
It was rusticated.
But why I'm calling, what is really annoying about them is the way people are seeing, the issue. Calling Busola a thief. Calling, it takes
for speaking out. Imagine.
Talk. It takes a lot of courage for her to stand up and to
about this. She was very vulnerable. She was a young girl. It is not about, having an affair with somebody. She sees this man, this pastor, as somebody that she referenced as a father figure. So having to do this to her, people are saying she did not talk. Can you imagine what people saying?
Question no quote. No,
40 years ago. I think it is not that. The issue is, was it done? Was she raped? It is not about how long she came out or when she came out. People should just start, saying things like that. I'm really disappointed in so many people on Facebook saying nonsense. I've read so many comments, and it's really so annoying. I don't know how people think. I don't know how people think. This girl was just 17. Come on. Even if she consented to the sex, at that age, what was supposed to be the pastor's thinking?
That's right.
Even if the thing is happening, what do they expect? What should be the pastor's part? As a man that is being referenced in the home, as a man that they see as a father figure.
Yeah.
So if this happened to her and she is coming out now, should not be the issue. The issue is what has been done to her. That is what she is saying.
Exactly. And now to fight for justice.
Because she does not say it out. It could be because she saw the man as a father. She saw the man as somebody she admires. It could happen. When we were young, we used to admire so many people. You understand? So it could be because she admires that person. And they say, he happened the first time, it happened the second time, it happened the third time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it might just be like, you understand that kind of a thing. Having that fear and that kind of respect. But it happened to her. So if later when she grows up, she started seeing it as something that was bad to her. It's another thing. So I don't, because I've really been sad since it happened. And I'm like, it is not what happened to her that's making me sad. It is the things people are saying that is really annoying. Really, really annoying. And I hope people will, a lot of you'll be able to shed more light, and a lot of people will learn from this, and they will start doing what? Start holding, to our people. Start building our people up, and start supporting our people. Because this man, he shouldn't go unpunished. This is a first, second, third, fourth. Come on, he did it. 100%.
Thank you.
I know he did it.
Thank you so
and
very
I
much.
pray justice shall happen.
Thank you so very much for your support.
Okay,
God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, that was a good one. You see, a guy that was rusticated, for getting involved in cultism. He was a cultist. He never had any decent life whilst in, university, in the University of Ilorin. We heard that he later went to Uniben. Pastoral life. Yes, we are not casting any stone, against him because we see him as a sinner. But a sin is a sin. He raped. He should face the book. So what's the big deal there? Why are you people covering him up? Kill him cover up for hello not for you. Hello legba. Excuse me. But don't believe in all that shit. He has done something illegal. It is an heinous crime and he needs to pay for it. And that's just it. We are saying no to rape. So I'm going to call this person back. I've had about 95 missed calls. I'm going to hand that and try the other one. Okay, I'm going to give a few people the chance to call in again. Oh, too many people calling in. Just chill. Okay, LA. We had the mom is 74 years old, an old woman. His mom, and she's not happy with him. Hello, ma.
Hello.
Yes, ma. Good evening.
Yes, so in fact, I'm so happy that you are doing this show today. So because I was really upset this afternoon,
Oh,
I've
dear.
been upset since.
Oh, no.
In fact, last year, no.
Yeah.
Lori case rape or no rape. Some people are on their platform. That promote
Don't promote it. Crime.
I feel so bad about it.
Oh, dear.
Being a mother,
I know.
and you're supporting some people because they are pastors. It doesn't matter who did this. Go matter. Hello?
Mo ń gbọ́ yín dáadáa mà.
All right. Go matter in your toje. The fact that that person committed this crime.
Yes.
That person needs. In fact, both were so sad.
It does not elude anybody.
Really
President Obadanwo kó fèsì law ni. No one is above the law.
It can be ongoing for so long. It doesn't matter. Any your consent. And we realize that we will really understand the cotton penny rape.
And when you're under duress, you will do anything. Right? Ó ti fún lóògùn tó máa fi ṣẹ́yún in case kó má lọ dóyún. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún pé she must not tell. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún pé this is our little secret. And because of the kind of fear the mom has created in her, she wouldn't tell of a pastor, someone that she sees as her own spiritual, guardian, a spiritual father. Of course she wouldn't tell. Ẹni tó ti ṣe kọ́ọ̀tìsì rí tó bá threaten life ọmọ ọlọ́mọ kó òun máa pa ń kọ́.
Of course, no matter. Not everybody always.
Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa. Thank you so very much.
Kò matter kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló lè struggle. Even gan tí ọkùnrin fún obìnrin lò pọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ní àárín ẹlẹ́nìyẹn decide láti change mind ẹ̀. It is still rape. Tó bá change mind ẹ̀ tí ń bára yín ṣeré lọ́wọ́ pé òkè kò wù mí ṣe mọ́, it is still rape.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nítorí pé ọkùnrin yóò ń ṣẹni tó really sọ̀rọ̀ because I think Busola is kind of person that is kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló bẹ́ẹ̀ náà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Gbogbo èèyàn kọ́ la fi fún ọ̀rọ̀. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
It's still a story. It's still a pain. For God's sake.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Gbogbo ẹ̀ tó jókòó sórí platform kan lé ní yìí tó ń go against ọmọbìnrin yẹn are the reasons why àwọn bàbá ń bá ọmọ wọn sùn táwọn ọmọ yẹn ò lè sọ̀rọ̀. They are the reasons why.
Àwọn tó ń support wọn, àwọn tó máa ń plan pé kọ́ lọ rape èèyàn ní tẹ́pẹ́tẹ́ bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n díẹ̀ lórí Facebook. Wọ́n lọ fáwọn èèyàn lówó lọ́nà Ìbàdàn pé ẹ lọ ka mọ́ ọkẹ́ rape ẹ̀kẹ́ dá dúró síbẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ ṣe sọ́ọ̀bì láti sọ ilé yìí ó ní òun fẹ́ pa ọkọ wọn ní kí lòun lè ṣe ó bring ẹ̀ sórí group ni ó ní kí lòun lè ṣe this moment ọmọ ẹ̀ tó bí síbòmí ọmọ obìnrin 12 years.
Oh my God.
Ọkọ ẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ń bá sùn ó tún bá ṣe threesome. Ó rí ọmọ yẹn ó wọlé lọ́sàn-án ní school ó rí pé ọmọ yẹn ń bí e funny ó ń béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ obìnrin kò lè sọ̀rọ̀. Ó wá find a way láti get into phone ọkọ ẹ̀. Nígbà tó rí nínú phone ọkọ ẹ̀ lórí conversation WhatsApp ó wo conversation ọmọ ẹ̀ kò rí nǹkan kan nínú tọmọ ẹ̀. Ó wá ní láti wo tọkọ ẹ̀ ó wá rí níbi tán ti conversation ní pé kò tiẹ̀ kí ń ṣe ọkọ òun nìkan ló ń bá ọmọ òun obìnrin sùn.
Oh God.
You can see how irritating that is. Ọmọ yẹn ò dẹ̀ lè sọ̀rọ̀ fún yẹn kò lè sọ nǹkan kan. This will ó máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ because of these same people that come on their platform. Say why against anything.
I encourage you, Benny. Thank you so much.
What kind of a mother no máa dúró sórí platform tó máa wà against èèyàn tó ń sọ. It doesn't matter how many years, 10 years. You don't know their pain.
Thank you so much, sis. God bless you. Eshegoni, let's take another person's call. Thank you. We appreciate your contribution. God bless you. Okay, we're going to be taking another person's call. And please, I beckon of you guys not to mention name for abuse here. I don't want you abusing anybody. Don't mention names. I'm not in for that. This is not Facebook rubbish show. This is not our usual Facebook fight, so please. It's a very sensitive issue. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna pick this. LA. LA?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Hello, Ekaleo.
Ekaleo.
Auntie Abike. Yeah, I'm calling from Nigeria.
I can see that.
Okay, yeah. Mo fẹ́ dá sí ètò tẹ́ ń ṣe ni.
Okay, right then.
Okay. Like, mo kàn fẹ́ fi this opportunity sọ fún everybody tí ó lè máa dáhùn. Hello?
Yeah?
Hello?
I'm going that we can hear you.
Mo kàn fẹ́ sọ fún anybody tó lè máa doubt the lady Busola that they should not do that anymore. Because reason.
Oh, Nigerian network.
Torí ìdí ni a lot of people kì í ṣe fẹ́ jáde.
No, she fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
Láti sọ wípé they are raped to death.
Oh no, the network is not that fantastic. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we might have to pick that call later. It's cut off now. We're gonna give another person a chance to talk. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Can you take me off security point?
Okay. Ellie? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks. Okay, this person said she has a terrible experience with this same person, and she said she doesn't wish to say this out because she's ashamed of what you guys are going to say to her. I'll call her back later to hear her story. Okay? Okay, this is the Nigerian call. Let's pick this again. Hello?
Okay.
Yes, the network says.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I'm so sorry. The network is a bit bad here.
I know.
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you as well. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I'm here with you. Hello, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, the network is very bad here.
That's fine.
The network is very bad here. So
yeah.
I don't know if you can if you can permit me to just say what I want to say for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, I am a rape victim too.
Oh my God.
I am actually a rape victim. I was raped at the age of 19. Yes, then I was in school. King cut a short because of the network. Mo wole as a pre-ND student. I was still very young then. So mi ò tí ní gbogbo WAEC results mi tán. So I told my parents that they need to give me money to register for a WAEC, another GCE. So after the exam, I wait at school and do the exam so that I can just take my time and read. So there's this particular guy. Something disturbed me, and I told him I was not interested in him, that I should just be.
Oh my God.
Oh, we can be friends, actually. He kept disturbing me, but I was like on a friendship level. He was older than me, like 5 to 6 years older than me. So fine. More notice, baby. Oh, she did pay school till Loton, and when you see she don't lọ sílé, èmi ò lọ sílé because mo ní GC tí mo fẹ́ ṣe, because láti wọ the next level, láti wọ HND, you need your results, and I need to do it fast so I can lè bá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi wọlé ní time tèmi náà máa wọlé. So that was the reason I stayed back to write my GC at school then.
Yeah.
So this particular day, I helped me yogurt and biscuits. And sincerely, mi ò ń ṣe èèyàn tó máa ń gba nǹkan jẹ lọ́wọ́ èèyàn torí ilé tí mo ti jáde. But I was like, okay, no problem. I collected it from him and kept it on the table. Hello? Am I still online, please?
You are very much online. We can hear you loud and clear. Oh dear.
Okay, thank you. So I collected it from him. I kept it on the table and I was reading because I am reading. So one notice, 30 minutes after he came, you know, he was so restless that, oh, this journey. Money, not worry now. When I'm ready, I will eat what you brought. Okay? He left again. Could you be 15 minutes? He came back again. King Timo. But why is this guy? But secondly, I was still 19 then. So okay, no problem. I will take it. I will take it. Okay, so I took the yogurt, I drank it. I took the biscuit, I ate small out of it.
Oh my God.
So I was reading my book. mo rí pé orun kùn mí mo jáde mo lọ tọ̀ mo padà sínú yàrá bọ́ ẹ̀mí yẹn sọ fún mi pé tilẹ̀kùn ó lè sùn lọ́bọ̀ mi ẹ mọ̀ ó dá kí n máa listen sí spirit èèyàn but I just lie down on the chair pé kátẹ́gùn máa fẹ́ wọ inú ilé díẹ̀díẹ̀ so that ìwé yẹn àti ẹ̀ tún fi lè wọ rí díẹ̀ because I have exam to write tomorrow.
Oh my God.
bí mo ṣe sùn lọ nìyẹn I didn't know what happened again.
Yeah.
I didn't know what happened. So if I could remember vividly, it was around to 7, maybe 6:30 to 7. Mo rántí pé mo lọ tọ̀. That was the last thing I remembered. But over the be around 4 ní ìdájí. I just woke up. I was not feeling I was not comfortable. Like pé mo fẹ́ bí. I was dizzy. Ó dàbí pé mo fẹ́ bí orí mi ń tàn, ẹ mọ̀. I just looked my side. I saw this guy. Àyà mi kọ́kọ́ já. Mo ní kí ló ń ṣe ń bí?
Oh my God.
Ó kàn dọ̀bálẹ̀ ni, ó ní jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run dáríjì mi. Mo ní dáríjì fún kíni. You know, I was still like, I was feeling dizzy. I feel like vomiting, you understand? Because I don't know what he put in the drink. What did you do to me? What did you do to me? Ó ní kí n jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ó ń mú ọmọ. Tó bá pọ̀ mọ́ bí bájú lè ní ọmọ bá fọ́ mi. Tó bá pọ̀ mọ́ bí bájú wọn bá máa ṣe lé. Mo ní what? That was when I realized I have been disvirgined. Imagine a lady for the first time. Nǹkan tó yẹ kéèyàn fún ẹni téèyàn love, even if you are not married and you want to have sex, at least for the first time you should have that memory. But okay, when I did it the first time, this was what happened. But that was not my case. I started crying like, wow, kí ni nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi yìí? Kí ni nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi yìí? Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sunkún. Nǹkan tí mo kàn ṣe next, mo bọ́ gbogbo aṣọ mi, mo bọ́ra mi sí o. He was like, what are you doing? Mo ní kí ló tún kù? Ara wo ni mo mọ̀ tó fi mí dá nígbà tí mo ti sùn? Ìgbà tí mo rántí last was to 7 or around 6:30. I'm waking up 4 o'clock ní ìdájí àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì.
Oh my God.
You by my side, ara wo ni mo mọ̀ tó ti fara mi dá? Kí ni mo mọ̀ tó ti fi mí ṣe? Kí ni mo mọ̀ tó ti fi mọ́ ní so kò sí tìjú mọ́? Ó ń bẹ̀ mí pé kí n má bọ̀ṣọ́ mo ní fi mí sílẹ̀, mo ní fi mí sílẹ̀ mo ṣe bọ́ṣọ́ mi nìyẹn mo wá gbé báíbù mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣépè fún un. I don't know what I did to deserve that from him. It's so painful. So for people now to say, èèyàn kan jáde, what does she have to lose? Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ lose now. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ gain from it. A married woman that has children. Kọ́kọ́ wá jáde kó sọ pé pastor kan rape òun. Ẹ wo, rape is a very sensitive case. So we have a lot of women out there. So just women, they cannot come out. And the funny part is, my father was a security person. Ó yẹ kí n lọ sọ fún ni, but because of the shame, pé tí bá lọ sọ fún tí dáàdì bá take case yẹn up, gbogbo àwọn ará ọ́fíìsì wọn náà máa mọ̀, gbogbo àwọn ará hall mi náà máa mọ̀ wípé tó bá máa wá ní aṣọ.
Wọ́n máa stereotype you as a rape victim. Ó mà ṣe o. Sad. Did you hear how she lost her virginity? Did you hear that? Is that not sad? Isn't that sad? That's really sad. And this is what we've been talking about. A drink was drugged by a friend. She could have been killed in that attempt. She could have lost her life. He doesn't even know the amount of the drug that he should put in the drink. He overdosed her with the drug. Téèyàn sùn láti ẹ̀yìn kíní kó wá jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì. Ó ti oversnoring yẹn and he molested her overnight. Isn't that sad? Is that not what we're talking about? Did you hear her say she could not even tell her dad because she know by the time the dad start his trouble with the guy, every member of the family will hear. His friends will hear. The other guy's parents and people too will hear. And they will start stereotyping, stigmatizing and labeling her as the rape victim. And Nigerians are so gullible. When they want to describe her, you will hear, they will suddenly forget her name. Even her own family member will forget her name. And this is what I'm talking about, the aftermath trauma. That wouldn't make people say. They would rather keep quiet than to be stigmatized by their own people. It's sad. And for all the stupid people online on Facebook to be brought, What you don't even have any iota of. You just come out and you start talking. Eh? Oh, sad though. Oh, sad. She could have been killed in that attempt. Kò bá ti kú. Èèyàn tán rí rọ. Tán rọ. Ní oògùn. Nǹkan tí ò mọ nǹkan tóun jẹ. Ṣé wọn ti fẹ́ pa? Oh, sad though. It's really, really sad. So sad. She's been trying to call in since, and unfortunately she couldn't get through, and it's from Nigeria. And it's a pretty lady here. Her picture is so pretty. And she's got her family, her children, her husband here. Looking beautiful. It's so sad that our girls have to go through this. Hello, sis. I'm sorry. I'm calling you back. I know you haven't finished your story. Could you please complete?
Hello.
Oh, she's breaking down. Are you crying? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, come on. Don't cry. Oh, no. We didn't mean to put you through this. Please don't cry. Oh, no. You don't have to cry. Okay, I'm going to leave you for now. Don't bother. Don't bother. I'm sorry. We're so sorry to put you through this. Oh, no. Oh, dear. So sorry, my child. Oh, dear. So sorry you have to go through that, darling. Please, it's enough.
Some people will come and say that the victims are lying. They cannot lie. For somebody to have the courage to come out and say, I was raped. Forget about this.
I'm so sorry, my darling. That's enough for now. We'll revisit this another day. I'm so sorry. We pray that the Lord Almighty suit your pain. Let's leave you for now. We'll call you back. I know it's a tough time for you. But please, get yourself together. I beg you. I'm so sorry. I have to cut you off now. Please stay safe. And remember, you're loved by so many out there. You're a strong woman. No, now this is too emotional for me. I can't let her continue. She just broke down. That's sad. It's really sad. This is how the victims feel. You see, I've never been there. I cannot know how they feel. You know, you have to be careful before you talk. You don't even know what these people have been through. Hello? 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 Yeah, hi sis.
Is that it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Eh? Hello?
Yeah, are you still online?
Yes, we are online.
Yeah, are you still online?
Yes, we are. We are.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a victim as well.
Oh my God. Another victim.
People don't.
Jesus.
But my own case is a bit different from the other lady.
Oh my God.
My own, due to the carelessness of my mother, and when your mother is too strict that you even have to approach her. You know, in Nigeria, that they normally neglect their kids.
Yeah.
Because they are too strict. You can't even talk to them when something happened to you.
Yeah.
You can't even talk to your mother because she's too strict. You can't even call her to tell her this is what happened to me. Mine is a boy age 10.
Age 10.
I'm
Age 10 years old, did you say?
I was able to speak out, tell my mom.
Oh my God.
Hello, AJ. Hello, AJ.
Hello, sis. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, it's a neighbor. This is a neighbor that's, the house is full of noise. Then my mother can just leave us while she'll be busy talking to her friends or do things that she didn't even pay attention, and I'm the only girl.
My God.
And despite the fact that I'm the only girl, I couldn't even approach her. Every little thing is beating and beating and beating and beating. So I was
You're bleeding every day.
Although the man is late now, the guy is late now. But this is a man that is far. In fact, he's supposed to be my father, like a father. And this is a guy that my mom just believes he can never do such a thing. He has the trust in him.
So when he's even going out, maybe to the market, he's going to tell this guy, "Can you please stay at home? I'm coming. I'll be back. I want to go to the market. Stay at home." And she will leave.
Oh
But
my
I can't
God.
even tell her. This guy was so clever that before she comes back, she clean me up, she wash my clothes, iron it, and make it dry, and threaten me that if you tell anybody, you die.
Oh my God. He will clean you up himself,
So
and he
I've got,
threatened your life that if you
yeah,
speak
he's
to your
gonna
mom, you
clean
will
me
die
up
at the age of 10, and you're
wash my
bleeding every
stuff
day.
and iron it to dry
Oh, you will wash
so that
that
nobody will know.
stained clothes and
He's
iron
gonna
it to
wash my
dry.
clothes. Yeah. But the first day, that was the first day I saw that, okay, I don't even know the meaning then.
Oh
What
my
he
God.
did to me, I can't even say. I don't even know the meaning. I saw the blood. I don't even know anything. I don't even know anything, and I don't know what to say. So he just threatened me that you don't tell your mom that I do this to you. If you do, you die. So I kept it to myself. I think I'm saying this for the first time in my entire life now.
Are you
When I heard
kidding
that the
me?
man
You never
died, I
told
was
your
so
mom
happy
before
that he
now?
stayed. Pardon?
You never told your mom before now?
I never till she's my mom is dead, she's late now. I couldn't speak out.
I'm sorry to ask, are you married?
Yes.
Yes, you are, with children now. Jesus. We're so sorry about your predicament, sis. So
And as time
sad.
goes on, he keeps fingering me when he doesn't have the time because people they keep fingering. It got my brain to stop him. That whenever I'm going to tap you, do this. I think that was the last time he tried to touch me. When I tried to break a bottle. Then ever since then, he stopped harassing me. So mothers in Nigeria, they are very careless. They don't care. We are not living in a face me and face you house. It's a flat, but it's a flat of 3-bedroom flats, 9 flats. It's a big compound. So if it is a face me and slap you house, you think it's because it's a rural. I don't know how to put it. It's a general house. This is a flat of 3-bedroom flat with 9 flats. 3-bedroom house of 9 flats.
Jesus.
So
Right under your mom's nose. So I'm sorry, all this while you bleed,
they don't
all
care.
this, I'm sorry to ask you, all this while you bleed, does your mom not notice the difference, you know, in you? Like when she comes back, are you quiet, or you're still your normal self, you talk to her, or you're a bit
I'm always quiet. I'm always quiet because she's very, very, when I say straight, every little thing she beats me up. You can't even approach her.
Jesus.
You know how Nigerian mothers are. Oh, she can beat the hell out of you with on a stick. She can beat the hell out of you with on a stick. She's always beating. Instead of them ask you to do something and maybe you're doing slowly in it, the next thing is beating.
So sorry you have to go through
Nigerian
this.
mothers, everything you
Sad.
do. The Nigerian mother, everything is beating. Beating makes a child, but maybe to be smart. But beating makes a child to look dull. You cannot be beating the child all the time. It makes the child to look. He or she will never be smart.
That's right.
Because she's scared of you. You are always beating. You are always beating everything. You beat him or her up. Then you'll be slow in everything you do, even though in class. And that's why you see a lot of Nigerian children back then in the 80s, they are dollars. Because they don't have the confidence to speak to their teachers. Because they know it. When they want to say it out, they believe when they miss it, the teacher is going to smack them.
And sis, I'm sorry to ask you, I didn't mean to embarrass you. How long did this go on?
Yeah.
How long did it go on?
I think I went on for over 3 years.
Over 3 years?
I think I was age 13 or 14. That was when I was.
So you are age 13, over 3 years. Under your mom's nose?
Yeah, I was.
Jesus.
Yes, right under my. The funniest thing is that I'm always at the boarding house. So when I come back from school, that's when it happens. So when I'm in school, I'm always happy.
Is it your stepdad? Is it your stepdad?
She'll come to my school and say, "Why don't you want to come home?"
Oh, is it your stepdad? Hello?
No. It's not my stepdad. No, he's a neighbor.
A neighbor.
He's a neighbor.
He's a dad himself.
Yeah.
He's got children too, right?
My dad lives with us, but my dad is always busy.
No, does he have children himself? Does he have children as at the time?
You mean the man?
Yes, the man.
No. Yeah, he does. But you know, there are like, you know, in Nigeria, you know, some set of boys, they just rent an apartment and live together.
And we're calling them Boda Kinikon, Uncle Kinikon.
The guy is from Ondo State, so the children and the wife, they are living in Ondo.
Sad. We're so sorry you have to go through that, sis. Yes.
Wife, yeah.
We share your pain. We feel so much for you.
People don't have the courage. Nigeria people don't have the courage to come out because of shame, embarrassment, and they're going to tag you with the name.
Resentment.
Everywhere you go, they tag sentiment into this. And that thing still exists in Nigeria. They all put sentiment into things. Instead of you to speak the truth out, you put sentiment because it's a pastor, because it's this, because it's that, because it's rich. No.
We share your pain, sis. We're so sorry you have to go through that.
Thanks for this
and we
program.
commend your courage for coming out to speak out, you know, on this and encouraging other women to speak out. You know, we really appreciate you. God bless you. May God continue to be with you. It will suit your pain. God bless you.
Amen.
Oh, no. That's way too emotional for me. You see what we're talking about? A lot of people are willing to speak out, but they're so scared of what the public opinion is going to be of them. They are so scared of how you're going to tag them. Do you know how many of you's husband, how many of the people, our so-called husband that sleeps with underage house girl, that rape underage house girl? Do you know how many people rape underage house girls? You can't even go to shop or go to wherever office and leave your underage house girl with your husband. They would have molested them before you were back. It's sickening. We need to stop this. Stop the stereotype because they are coming out to talk. Give our girls a chance to express their feelings. Give the victims a chance to speak out. Stop criticizing them. Stop the sentiment, Nigerians. Stop your hypocrisy. It's so sad. Look at how many people have been calling in, trying to speak up, to tell us their own ordeal. It's really so sad. Like, seriously, it is sad. Okay, I'm going to place a call to this person. A lot of people really do want to call in. Some of them are hiding their pictures, their faces. Well, it's all right. Feel free and confident to speak to me, please. You know, we don't do a reveal identity on Abike Jagaban show. Please feel free to contribute. Go. Osado. Honestly, the last two callers really got me emotional. It is sickening. I can't handle it. It's sickening. Our life yìí, àwọn obìnrin gan ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ torí obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ ẹ ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní castigate ẹ̀ for coming out to express her feelings, for coming out to talk. Obìnrin ló ń ṣọ̀tá obìnrin. Hello, good evening, sis. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I am okay, thank you. Feel free to contribute, please.
Yes, ma. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi sáré sọ tèmi títóbìnrin tẹ́ ní tèmi. Sister mi máa ń fi àjẹ́ mi ń gbà yàtọ̀ àǹtí mi. So tèmi bá ti ṣeré tó bá ti jáde lọ ìbáṣeré lọ sọ́tọ̀ ó ní neighbor mi kan tí ẹ máa ní pé kí wá bá òun ṣeré. So tí bá ti débẹ̀ àti ẹ̀ máa fọwọ́ rò èmi ń dìde. Èmi dẹ̀ enjoy ẹ̀ because mo ṣèkéré ń gbà yẹn so mi ò mọ ṣé understand. So tí bá ti kọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ máa tó bá pè mí jọ́ kejì kan máa tún lọ síbẹ̀. So kìíní yẹn ẹ mọ̀ kéèyàn ti wá addicted mọ́ nǹkan.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú, obìnrin ló ń abuse yín báyìí.
Kí lẹ wí?
Obìnrin ló ń abuse yín yẹn.
Obìnrin ní tèmi mo dẹ̀ wọn náà mo sọ pé mo dẹ̀ enjoy because ìgbà yẹn mi ò tí ì ṣe anything pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin àǹtí yẹn nìkan tí bá tún lọ síbi ó máa fún mi lóúnjẹ màá jẹun tí bá ti rí pé àǹtí mi tún ti jáde níjọ́ kejì ọjọ́ kẹ̀ máa tún lọ síbẹ̀ táǹtí yẹn kò bá pè mí gan máa tún ṣe wí lọ síbẹ̀.
How old were you then? Kí ni age yín then? Sorry to ask.
I think maybe I should be around 17.
17.
So then ọ̀dọ̀ àǹtí tí mo gbé ń gbà yẹn lè sọ irú nǹkan báyẹn fún wọn. So gbogbo kìíní yẹn so ìgbà tí mo wá pàpà máa ní ẹni tí mo máa fẹ́ gan ṣe mo ti use mọ́ títí obìnrin yẹn tó ṣe sẹ́yìn pé bóyá tèmi àti ẹni tí mò ń fẹ́ tá a bá ń fẹ́ bára wa sùn máa ronú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú tàǹtí yẹn so that máa lè fi yẹn kọ́. So gbogbo kìíní yẹn mo gbà tí mo wá marry mo ṣẹ̀ wá ní láti go through bóyá kí gbogbo kìíní yẹn kó kúrò mind mi because mo ti use multi tóbìnrin. I understand mo ti kò ń ṣẹjọ́ mi tí o náà ọkàn mi ò sọ fún anybody mi sọ fún ẹ̀dá Ọlọ́run bọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà wo irú nǹkan báyẹn irú yẹn kò kí ń ṣe fault mi now.
Did you think of talking to your mom or anyone? Emma Bino sis.
As in me or lie dear and got to share enjoy it. So you know expecting share. You know expecting share.
It is well. It is.
Yes, my
thank you so much for calling me. God bless and heal you. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, ma. Thank you.
We are all learning. This is crazy. I can't get over this. Oh my God. Did you hear that? When you keep your children away from male, you also have to educate them about the so-called abaya females around them. Did you hear that? Oh my God. What's that though? What's that though? It is real. Raping is real. Hello? Hello? Good evening. No, I don't. I'm sorry. But we can hear you. I don't know who is talking.
Can you quickly put me on speaker so I can quickly tell you?
Yeah, you're on speaker.
I said, can you quickly put me off speaker?
Off speaker. Okay. Right. I can hear you. Yes, I am. Yeah. Oh, bless you. Yes. Okay. Can I put you on speaker back now? Are you sure you're okay? Are you crying? You don't have to cry. If you're not ready to share with us, we can leave it for another day, sis. Please. Okay, you're back on speaker now. If you'd like to speak out. Oh no. Well, she ended the call herself. This is, I guess it's just too emotional for that person. She's been crying, obviously, before she could call in. I don't know. This is too much for me. I feel like holding my daughter, my child, my daughter like this all the days of her life. Even till she goes in and out with her man. This is how I feel like holding her. Jesus, that is another person. She's broken down into tears and she couldn't just speak. She can't find the right words to express herself. She's broken into pieces because of the fear of what the public is going to say. You see, the fear of how you guys are going to accept them or label them is what is killing people and not the situation per se. Huh? Oh, sad. So sad. Pardon me. I'm going to let this other person speak. Oh, sad though. Okay, I'm calling some people back. If you don't pick it on time, I might have to go to the next person. Hello, good evening.
I just want to add to good evening. I just want to add to Bugongoti on answer. On to ban no more very because it is true. See, Oba Berepolo Omantumo. Oh, they ma difficult
to stop them.
Not to stop it. Yeah. At times, the mountains will protest on she. Difficult like to stop.
I hope you're not crying.
Difficult like to stop. All the mama she lonely. And to shift me. I'm sure go to jail because for a very long time. Bimo, ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bímọ ní middle 50 nsìn ni ó fi pé ó ti di ìyàwó alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ bù but kí wọ́n tọ́jú ọmọbìnrin tó máa ti tọ́ àgàgà tó máa wà ní age 10 lọ sí òkè bíi 16 17 yẹn ó difficult láti stop tó bá ti tọ́ ó tọrọ ni mo sọ yẹn táwọn èèyàn kan wá ní Bùsọ́lá ó tètè sọ̀rọ̀ ó padà lọ lẹ́lẹ́kejì ó ṣe kinní kan ó tọrọ ó difficult gan tó bá ti dùn mọ́ láti stop. Ìfún ẹlòmíì lè máa wò pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe kò máa dà but torí pé ó ti dùn fún ó difficult talking from experience.
Are you crying?
Ó difficult láti stop.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, sis, let's leave you. I guess you're too emotional to say this out. I'm sorry we have to put you guys through this evening. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take you guys through the bad memories. I'm so sorry. We're just trying to help one another here. Okay, I'm going to leave you for now. Thank you so very much. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I don't think I want to take any more calls now. This is just too emotional for me. She is obviously crying too. The other person caught the phone. It was not the same person. You know, it's too emotional for us, the girls, the ladies. It's so sad. It's so sad that we have to watch our female children get abused this much since their prime days without anyone ready to say stop. People should be willing to say stop. We should be ready to stop this act. It is so sad. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Am I on Abike Jagaban show?
Yes, you are, obviously.
Hello? Am I on
Yes, you are.
Just listening to your show.
Yes, you are, my darling.
Shed some light into the issue or child here. I would say I'm a victim, and it happened to me twice. First, when I was about 4 or 5 years, I was very young.
4 or 5 years, did you say?
Because then I used to go on holiday to my friend.
Wow.
My mom lived at this house. It wasn't the brother that was actually abusing me. It was another, like the cousin that was actually staying with the brother that was abusing me then. But because I was so young, I can't even fathom what was happening. But then, I don't want to be alone with this particular guy in question. So after a while, I decided to whenever, and he's always at home. My uncle would have gone to work, my auntie would have gone to work. I'm always left alone with him in the house. And I can't even face them to tell them that this is what is happening. Because even me then, I was so young, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know how to explain it. And the fear of who would believe me, what I'm saying. So I decided once my uncle and my auntie is out of the house, I'll run out of the house and go and play with my friends till evening when they come back in the house. And this thing, I was only saying it for the first time today. People that were asking Busola, why is this speaking out now? What I'm telling you now happened more than 35 years ago. Wow. I'm in my 40s. I did not even open up to my mom. My mom is deceased. I didn't have the courage to tell her because just like the other caller said, my mom is very strict. I don't even have the courage to even face her to say this because I know if I tell her, I will first go beating first before she will even act. I will first have my own share of the beating, and and the thing is, I don't even know if she will even believe me in the first place. That is when I was age 4 or 5. Then when I was after my secondary school, it was a church thing. This church thing has been going on for too long, but thank God for Facebook and social media and everything. And thank God for, I would say, Allah Bokoro did a bit of it by creating awareness. The pastor one happened. We went to a night vigil with my mom. It was a CAC. It wasn't even a big church. It was a CSA church. We went for a night vigil, and then the next morning, my mom was like, "You're going to the grandma. I have to take something to my grandma somewhere in Ikot, and the church is in Egbeda, so I have to go from Egbeda to Ikotu." And then these guests passed, and we're going actually to the same route. So my mom was like, "Okay, go with the same, as in enter the same bus at least, because it's early in the morning. You can go with them and everything." So I felt compelled because, you know, when you're growing up in Nigeria, they will say respect an elder and everything. The man of God was carrying something, as in like a bag or something. So I felt like, well, let me help him to take the bag home.
Yeah.
And then I'll take the bus and then go to wherever I'm going. So it won't look disrespectful that she is actually carrying something and I'm not like helping out. So when we got to the house, he started this touching me and everything. And I'm like, what is happening? What is this?
How old were you then? How old were you?
Another person, as in another like someone wanted to come into the room, and then this man changed suddenly, and he was actually like accusing me. "You have a bad spirit. Tell me who sent you. You are a demon. You want to come and destroy my ministry. You have the spirit of seduction." And I'm like,
oh my God.
I stand there and I was looking like a dummy because I'm like, what is happening here? For years, I couldn't actually get it out of my head. This thing I'm saying, this one now, even this one, I'm saying you're the first person I'm saying this one to.
Jesus.
And this is when I was about 16, 17. Even in my 20s, I still sit down I find it difficult to process.
Wow.
So people that were saying that, all this, all that, it may take a very long time for you to sit down and actually process. And it's not even a matter of processing it. It's a matter of, it's a long life trauma.
Healing out of the trauma.
I have a victim. I've experienced it twice, but I'm stronger and I'm better. So people should not condemn Busola or whoever.
Oh my God.
So people should, like, instead of saying, why is she coming out now? Why is this? Why is that? It's not about why is she coming out now. It's about now that she has, I think the time you come out, you've actually like healed. It is when you have actually healed. When you're still in the process, it's difficult to talk about. Look at me, man, now. My mom is deceased. My mom is not even aware of these two cases. And the last one that even happened, my mom saw the sign. Then I was, after like, you know, when you finish your secondary school and you get this jam form.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy was living in my area. That was my first jam form. I don't even know how to like fill it and everything. And then there was this controversy about 8 passports, 4 passports. So that very evening, it was on a Saturday, it was raining, like 5 o'clock. So before that, man had done it before, and he came to my house. He's my friend, like street friend. Hello, hi. It's not something that would ever cross my mind that it would happen. So my mom said, okay, go and meet him. Let him tell you how he actually filled the form, and then the number of passport and everything. So I went there that evening, and then I met his mom and siblings. They were outside, and I asked after him, and I was like, okay, he's inside the room and everything. And I went to the living room, and then he said, okay, we discussed everything that we're discussing. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. And I stood up to go. And then the guy it wasn't a man. I think he was just 1 year older, about the same age bracket. And he was actually at the door obstructing me to say, I can't go out. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't go out? And he said, you can't go out. At some point, I'm like, do I want to struggle? Should I? So many things were actually going on my head. I don't know what to do. And I sat down to say, okay, come and do what you want to do. But then in my head, I know this can never happen. And then when he was sitting down, I actually like tried to like rush out of the room. And then that was when the struggle started. We actually had a physical fight, as in proper fight. And the siblings outside actually rushed in and they were begging me and everything. I have a bruise on my mouth. I got home, I couldn't tell my parents. My mom asked me what happened to my mouth. I was like, oh, I was coming from the kitchen and because there was no light, I hit my mouth on the door. And my mom was like, and then my mom was like, my dad was like, but then it was just me that knew what happened. And then I told my friends, then my friend was like, oh, let's go and do this, let's go and do it. I'm like, me, I don't want it all. Because of the stigmatization. I'm like, don't even go there. And even at that, a week after, that was days after, the sisters and the mom, they were begging me that very evening. They started abusing. Each time I passed through their house, they started singing for me. There's this song that was raining then. I think it was I don't know the singer. Then go they pose. Then go they then go they pose. Then go they waka kuru. Waiting they get. I felt so ashamed of myself. And then the people I called friends, even I didn't even tell them. These one were guys. He decided to tell the other guys in the street that I actually came to him to seduce him. I came to his house to seduce him. And you have to see this long page, 4 pages. They wrote me a piece too. They called me all sorts of names. I sat there and I cried my life out. So you can imagine if I have gone out to say, oh, this is what happened, what people and society would have done to me at that tender age. I was about 16, 17 when these 2 incidents happened. But I think what I did then was in the middle of the night while I was still crying that very day, it was raining. I took off all my clothes and I actually cursed the guy. I cursed the day he was actually born. Right now they were saying the guy is misbehaving, he's got some mental, this, that. I'm like, wow. In all fairness, I've actually forgiven him. But to me, I'm like, yes, he deserved it because of what he did to me. And because he actually lied against me, as in, you wronged me, and then you lied against me. You make people like mock me for what you actually did. And the other uncle, I think I got a message that he died. The day I heard the message that he died, you need to see me jumping. I'm like, thank God. But then I didn't actually have the courage. This thing I'm saying now, I'm saying it for the very first time after more than 35 years.
Wow.
So if people are saying Busola is saying has after 21 years, so what happens to me if I come out now? If the person is this and that and I'm saying it, they'll be like, oh, he's looking for fame, it's not about fame. It's about healing. It's part of healing. So nobody should crucify Busola. Yeah. And thank you so very much, AJ. I'm saying
it's
this
my
for the
pleasure
first time,
having you. It's my pleasure having you. I was so sorry that you have to go through that, sis.
Everything that has happened to me,
it is well with you.
I actually experienced domestic violence. And when the domestic violence was ongoing, a friend of mine was talking about you, talking, and then I went to your show. But what you did to me was you gave me that courage to fight back.
Oh, I'm glad.
You gave me that courage to give me back to the bully, to say, you know what? You can't bring me down. What can bring me down? And for that, I will forever love you. It doesn't really matter what anybody says.
Thank you so very much, sister.
And this, for the first time, I'm saying thank you so very much.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you, too. God bless you. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story with us. It is well with you all. Thank you, sis. It's just too emotional for me, and I think that's going to be the last one for today. In case I have to come back to do a part 2 of this show, because it's going to be a continuous one. We have to continue to follow the story on Instagram. You know, we have to follow the social media updates, either on Facebook, wherever, whatnot. We just have to keep up with it till we see that justice is done to this Biodun Fatoyinbo of a guy. And you've all heard it from the girls. You see, the reason why they don't talk is because of stigmatization, because of the public acceptance of their story. It's because they are so scared of you guys resenting them after hearing their story. They are so scared of being stigmatized by their own people. They don't want to be stereotyped as cast out you know, in their family. They know the family members can say, oh, we don't want her anymore, we don't want to see her anymore. Or they start antagonizing them that it never happened. Just like the general public is doing to Busola Dakolo now, that oh, she's lying. She's not lying. You just need to listen to other people's experience and the way they feel about voicing out before you know what is wrong with Busola Dakolo, the reason why she's torturing, and the reason why you think, oh, our story is not correlating. Of course it correlates. It only takes a matured mind, a calm person to put the pieces together for you to grab the message in it. It's really so sad. Honestly, it is sad. Our society in Nigeria is not even encouraging people to come out. And you've heard about the girl that is being molested by a fellow woman as well. All this I want. I told you about that, my Olori Buruku friend. I don't allow Jumoke to come to my house. She's a bastard. Or you know, you have a lesbian friend, you should be careful of the way you encourage them around your friend, around your children, especially your female children. I'm not saying jargons, I'm telling you. Be careful about the way you allow all these stupid lesbian friends around your female, child. It's so sad that our children have to go through this without the parents, noticing the difference, in them, the strange feelings. It's really so sad. And I commend all you ladies' efforts that called in tonight. I really do commend your efforts. We share your pain as a group of women who knows what it means to lose, one's pride in the hands of evil perpetrators like that of Biodun, Fatoyinbo. Yes, there are a lot of Biodun Fatoyinbo out there. The filing and the flowering our girls, unlawfully. It's so sad that our girls have to lose their virginity this way. It's so sad that our society is allowing them and encouraging them to do more by damaging our girls psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. It's not nice. I said I don't want to pick any more calls for today anymore. It's just too emotional for us all. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please can I speak to Abike Jagaban?
Yes, you're on to Abike Jagaban, yes.
Huh?
Yes, you're speaking to me. We're still live on the show. Hello.
Hold on, please. Hello.
Hello. We are all
You said
yes.
that is Abike Jagaban show?
Definitely.
Hello?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, can I speak? Like I want to share my experience too.
Okay, that's all right. You're all okay. We're just gonna give our chance the last person for today. Okay, since we are all here, so we're listening.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to speak in Yoruba.
In Yoruba, please go ahead. I'm going Dada.
Yeah. Okay. Experience me. More experience the rape from female and men, both ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. Up in me, like I was in my 50s now.
You are in your 50s now.
Yeah. Nígbà yẹn tí mo máa rántí mi lè really sọ. Like then it was Ebute Metta area. Ilé face me and face you, buildings, máa ń pọ̀ mọ́ ìyẹn ni. So if you be gbogbo no, my brother me, mommy, see me, the family, everybody was like family there. But back to one my auntie, my be 6 or 7 years. One more way and see con. Auntie, but if I went, my baby, would you make it? Would you make she should be in her late 60s now? But then, like, about fair when my baby.
Ẹ̀yin wà bí ọmọ ọdún mélòó ń gbà yẹn mà? Bí ọmọ ọdún mélòó lẹ́yìn wà ń gbà yẹn àǹtí? Bí ọmọ ọdún mélòó lẹ́yìn wà ń gbà yẹn?
Àti mo sọ yìí tí máa fi rántí bá 6-7 years old.
Àǹtí yẹn wà bí ọmọ ọdún mélòó ń gbà yẹn mà?
Àǹtí yẹn á ti sí gidi tó ti fẹ́ fẹ́ ọkọ ó ní boyfriend ọkọ tí wọ́n ti máa zọ́kọ ẹ̀fẹ́ sọ́nà event.
Okay.
So àǹtí yẹn máa sọ fún mi pé àwọn agbákòtí sínú kíchìnì àti nínú bedroom yẹn. Àwọn ní kí n gun orí àpótí yẹn wọ́n agbóyún ìsinmi lẹ́nu a máa fọwọ́ sí mi lára, you know, a máa fọwọ́ sábẹ́ mi, a máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀mí, you understand?
Nínú bathroom.
Ọjọ́ kejì náà, wọn kò sẹ́ni tó rò, kò sẹ́ni tó lè mọ̀.
Nínú bathroom, àǹtí. A máa gbọ́yàn sí yín lẹ́nu tó bá ń wẹ̀ pé kẹ́ máa fa ọyàn òun.
A máa gbọ́yàn lẹ́nu, yá, a máa fọ wẹ̀mí náà, a máa gbọ́yàn ẹ̀ sí mi lẹ́nu, a máa fọwọ́ sábẹ́ mi, ọṣẹ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, a máa fọwọ́ sábẹ́ mi, a máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀.
A fọṣẹ sọ́wọ́, a máa fọwọ́ sí di yín.
Ó ṣáà continue tí ọ̀rọ̀ mi tiẹ̀ lè sọ pé gbà ó continue.
Gbogbo ìgbà tó bá ń wẹ̀ tó bá ń pè yín pé kẹ́ wá wẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun ibo làwọn parent yín máa ń wà mà. Hello àǹtí. Àǹtí mo ní gbogbo ìgbà tó bá ń wẹ̀ mà.
Ọ̀dọ̀ dáàdì mi máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe mọ̀ iṣẹ́ tó máa gbé wọn kiri bọ̀ mọ́ mi wà nílé àjọ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ́ mi lè sọ fún wọn náà, you know, àǹtí yìí dẹ̀ jẹ́ tí gbogbo èèyàn respect gan mi tiẹ̀ mọ̀, I don't know mi tiẹ̀ mọ̀ kìíní ọ̀dọ́ sọ fún mi náà pé bẹ́ẹ̀ pé mi gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fún èèyàn kankan pé secret láàrin mi àti òun kìíní kò ń love mi, òun fẹ́ràn mi, mo dàbí ọmọ sí òun ìran àwọn agbé mi ní first born òun kìíní kan àwọn èèyàn tó bá dẹ̀ ń jáde náà á mú mi lọ á ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ yìí nù so gbogbo ẹbí lè fò love mi tó bá lọ tó bá dé ara kó wá fún mi tèmi náà bá ti rí inú mi màmá dùn in between ó dàgbà ó marry but nínú ilé yẹn náà èmi náà wọ secondary school wọ́n mú mi kúrò.
Ṣé ẹni tá à ń sọ yìí ṣó ti marry ńgbà yẹn mà?
Kò tí marry but ó ti lẹ́ni tó ń fẹ́ gbà tèmi máa fi mọ̀ tí mo mọ̀ ó ti lẹ́ni tó ń fẹ́ tí mo mọ̀ tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ but later mo wọ boarding house mo lọ school mo secondary school mo wọ boarding house first time tí mo padà wálé ó dàbọ̀ ó ti wá marry èèyàn kan náà nínú the same house yẹn náà ọkùnrin àwa ń ṣeré you know everybody àwọn èèyàn everybody wà bẹ́ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ ẹni yẹn àwa ṣeré gbogbo à ń ṣeré nínú ilé tí wọ́n you know nínú yàrá wọn àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ àwọn ẹlòmíì náà wà ń bẹ ọkùnrin padà pọ̀ kàn ṣeré bí eré ọmọdé mo ṣàrí pé ní yìí in between mẹ́gbẹ́ tó máa lura wọn you know gbé pílò máa lura wọn máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ọkùnrin ó gbé mi sórí you know ó kàn gbé mi sórí ẹ̀ you know mo fi pé kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ̀ mí lábẹ́ you know in between mo fi pé mo fẹ́ tọ̀ ó ní mo fẹ́ èrò wà bẹ́ẹ̀ èèyàn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní kí n tọ̀ ó ní mo fẹ́ tọ̀ you know like mo mọ̀ kó fi nǹkan tá a ṣe ń ṣeré yẹn olùmí lè má rí you know pọ̀ mí mọ̀ pé nǹkan kó ti.
Ó ń lẹ̀dí mọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣeré yẹn ó ń lẹ̀dí mọ́ yín.
Ó ní kí n tọ̀ you know mo wá rò pé nígbà mo rò pé àbúrò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ níbi tí ìlú tún sọ fún èèyàn kan nínú ilé ń bẹ̀ pé lágbájá àti kejì rò pé irú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àbúrò ẹ̀ notice ó sọ wọ́n tún sọ fún èèyàn pé mo tún wá ń bá ágì kí ni you know pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ dáyẹ wá pè mí pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mo tún ágì pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ even cousin mi ó tún wá àti ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ti wá dàbí gbà mo ti wá ń dàgbà mo ti wọ secondary school cousin mi ọjọ́ kan mo sùn sẹ́yìn granny mi òun sùn sí kinní ó wá bá mi lóru lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ granny mi ó ń fọwọ́ sí mi lára mo ti gbọ́n dẹ́ẹ̀ mo gbà létí granny mi ò gbọ́ kò jí pọ̀ tó wọ́n fi mí lẹ̀ mo wá di ọ̀tẹ̀ àwọn mi wá ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ nílé nínú mọ́ mi wá sọ pé àwọn ọmọ nǹkan tó dé o ti jẹ́ pé mo rúdù sẹ́gbọ́n mi mo ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ bọ̀ bí ìfọ́ because mo ti wá mọ gbogbo dẹ́ẹ̀ mo ti wá mọ̀ pé nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ in between náà uncle mi ẹ̀gbọ́n màmá mi ó tún sọ fún mi ó tún fọwọ́ pa mí lọ́yàn lọ́jọ́ kan ó tún fọwọ́ pọ̀ mí lọ́yàn ó ní wọ́n sọ pé àmúrìn ìrìnkúrì mi ìdẹ̀ tiẹ̀ ní anything mo ti ń dàgbà dẹ́gbà mo ti ń gbọ́ bíi 13 tí bá fì pé mo fẹ́ ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pé kí n jẹ́ dúró bó wọn ṣe bí mo ṣá.
ìyẹn cousin yẹn ń kú yín.
mo ṣàtúndọ̀gbọ́n mo tún ọgbọ́n mo fi sá kúrò ńbẹ̀ mo wá ń tọ́jú gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ even nígbà yìí mo ti wá máa ṣe ọmọ fúnra mi mo wá ń safeguard ara mi like mama like mo ti mọ̀ pé nǹkan báyìí ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ pé kò kọ pé bóyá èèyàn kan ẹbí èèyàn àbí èèyàn kan ọ̀rẹ́ èèyàn àbí èèyàn kan ẹ̀gbọ́n èèyàn but mi ì lè sọ mi for so mo ti dàgbà like mo ti wà ní 50s mi kí n tó sọ fún màmá mi nígbà tó wáyà mo wá nílé mi wá tètè bímọ nígbà tí màá bímọ mo bí obìnrin like me trust anybody pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi me trust nobody pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi nígbà tí màá fẹ́ travel mo wá need àti fọmọ mi lẹ̀ mo láti pe everybody àwọn àbúrò mo dẹ̀ ní àbúrò ọkùnrin rẹpẹtẹ mo láti pè wọ́n síta mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí géèmù mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ tó bá ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi ẹ tó bá ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi ẹ tó bá ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi ìgbà tí màmá mi wá yà wọ́n lẹ́nu pé irú kí ni gbogbo eléyìí mo ní irú kí ni gbogbo eléyìí mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí ó ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú mi àbúrò bàbá mi kan ó ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú mi ó fọwọ́ ṣìṣẹ́ mo wá ara kan mí ara ta mí mo sọ yẹn mi sọ tí tóbìnrin ṣe mo sọ tàwọn fámìlì pé ẹ tó bá ṣe báyìí fún ọmọ mi nínú àwọn ẹbí mi àbúrò mi pé báyìí tó ṣe máa rí fún ni tó ṣe máa rí fún ni tó ṣe máa rí fún ni this me trust anybody because mo ti experience ìyẹn nìkan mo ṣe sọ fún màmá mi tí obìnrin ní ilé ọdún yìí mo lọlé ni a tún sọ̀rọ̀ ni pé ní irú pé bí ẹ pé yàn trust èèyàn náà pẹ̀lú ọmọ ẹ má dá ọmọ mi lọ ẹ má ní kó lọ lọlúdé èèyàn kan ní kó wá kó lọlúdé ní anywhere pé sẹ́yìn mọ̀ nígbà tó ní àlọ́gà kínní kan bóyá nígbà tí mo lọ sí táìdì ibẹ̀ yẹn ni mo ní nínú ilé tàjọ ń gbé ní báyìí pé àwọn gbogbo àwọn àǹtí mi àwọn sísí mi tá à ń sọ báyìí nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi rè bọ̀dá alágbájá nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi rè ní ọdún ìtawà yìí ni mo ṣe sọ fún màmá mi and I'm going to 54 now ni mo ṣe sọ fún wọn gbogbo nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ ń sọ yìí mi tí 10 bíi around 6 to 10 years yẹn ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀ tí mo dájú tí mo rántí ní ohun tí mo lè sọ.
ní ìlú Èkó ní Nàìjíríà náà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ọlọ́run kó máa ṣàánú fún wa. Aunty, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate your contribution.
Obìnrin ni mo sọ yìí, obìnrin tí gbogbo èèyàn rẹ̀ pẹ̀ tó jẹ́ kó da tíṣà ní nígbà tí mo sọ yìí. Ó ń teach ni. Ó ń teach. Á dẹ̀ mú mi wọ bedroom, á gbé àpótí, á ní kí n fi àpótí.
Ọmọ 7 years old kó gorí àpótí kó máa mọyàn òun.
Ọmọ ìdòwú kó dẹ̀ wá fọṣẹ́ á máa wẹ̀ á máa fọ ọṣẹ yẹn kìíní kan ọwọ́ yẹn náà ló máa
afọṣẹ sọwọ máa fi sí dín. Sad, our society. Thank you so much for calling in. God bless you. We appreciate your contribution.
Àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá
lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá jáde sí. Àwọn yẹn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ ni.
Òun ni wọ́n sọ mo ní over 50 years mo ṣẹ̀ jáde mo ṣẹ̀ lè sọ màmá mi. Àmọ́ àwọn àtọwọ́ ò ṣe sọ fún mi gbà yìí ṣé wọ́n lè believe ni àbí I don't know mi tiẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tí ò ṣe so I don't know you know mi tiẹ̀ mọ kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ ṣé tó ń ṣe pé ara aṣọ fún mi ara nǹkan fún mi á ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ like gbogbo èèyàn believe pé ó love me you know èmi gan believe pé ó love me then because I don't know me understand me mo ló ṣe.
Ó sádọ.
So èèyàn ò lè blame nobody. Kí ni ọ̀dẹ kò sí ṣé òun mo sọ pé mo ń gé ègún pé tó bá ṣe lẹ́pẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọmọ mi yẹn kò lè kúrò lọ́kàn kò sí ọjọ́ tí bá fi rántí bí báyìí ó máa gbà nínú jẹ́ mi.
Oh girl, we are so sorry about your deal. It is well. We'll continue to pray for you all to be healed. Ọlọ́run á ṣàánú fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọbìnrin wa lágbára Ọlọ́run. Thank you so very much. We appreciate your contribution. God bless you.
Ẹ ṣé ma. Kéèyàn jẹ́ kọ́mọ ẹ̀ fún ìmọ̀ ọkọ máa béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ kéèyàn dẹ̀ máa sọ fún àwọn ọmọ wa nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Ó rí o.
Ẹ ṣé. God bless you. Ó ga o. It is well. Ẹ ṣé ma. Ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́ ma. Ó dàárọ̀ ma. Thank you so much. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. 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 Ó sad. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much. Yes ma. This is sad o. Honestly, this is sad. You have a story to tell. You hear more heartbroken ones. Àwọn ètò wà heartbreaking. You see this woman? It's sickening. Did you hear what she said? Me, I can't just take it any longer. I'm sorry. In case you're trying to call in and I'm not picking your call, that's the last call we'll be picking for today. I'm sorry, I apologize. Anyway, guys, everyone, you've heard it all. I think it is high time for we all now to start educating our children, not just the girls, all our children, our underage, on how to safeguard themselves. This is not an issue that we should sweep under the carpet anymore. This is a very important issue for those people that think, oh, they are trending online on Facebook or wherever, because of this case. They are scoring points to their dead, platform with this sensitive issue. They have missed it. Seriously, they are honestly not in control of what they are doing. Because if they get to know the depth of the matter on ground of this very topic, they wouldn't even venture putting their mouth in a field the way that they are doing. So, we only want the sensible ones, the intellectual, and those people that have actually experienced it to come forward and, and speak to us on this particular one, and not all those ones who don't even have an iota of the kind of trauma, the kind of pain that these people have been going through. So I thank each and every one of you on this note. I really do appreciate we're coming together to say no to rape. We're saying no to our girls' molestation. We are standing by Rosella Dakolo to fight for justice by the special grace of God. We're saying no to men like Abiadu Fatoyinbo around our children. We don't want any pedophile around our children. We don't want our boys, neither do we want our girls to be molested. So please, let's devise a way of keeping the children alerted, over this issue. We need to keep their brain awake to it. That come when you see this sign, this sign, this sign, or when your fellow, girlfriend, woman, auntie is asking you to come and start touching their private part, their intimate area, you should always say no, or you report it to me. Let me, your mother, know about it. Feel free to me as your father, to relate with me over any kind of issue at all. So God bless each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you. I'm tired now. I've been here for over 3 hours. This is 9. We started 6 o'clock. So may God bless you. Keep saying no to rape. Keep standing in for those women that are weak. Keep supporting women like Bosola Dakolo that cannot afford to speak out on time. You've heard it all from victims of rape, victims of abuse. And this is how it goes. There's so many of us that have women that have been domestically violated. They beat our girlfriends, our woman friends, our sisters. They beat them to stupor in their marriages because you don't encourage them to talk. Because when they talk about rape, you don't want to hear it. Not to talk of you listening, to their cry after being beaten by their partners. They'll believe you don't care about them. Do you know how many people has passed away and we keep telling them, oh, why didn't you tell me on time? You see, violence, say no to violence, say no to domestic violence. They will beat them to the point of death because they don't trust your judgment of the situation. So, may God help each and every one of us. It is well. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray to God to continue to soothe the pain of the victims, And we pray for Busola Dakolo as well to get healed on time. We pray for divine healing over her. We pray for God's protection and guidance over her and her family, because you see this Nigeria, they can chase her life like that and go and kill her. You know what they do in Nigeria? They don't like all this, their who and who to be mentioned. Don't go and kill the girl, oh. Just leave her. She will talk and she will get justice. Because that is what you people do in Nigeria. When you start covering up for all this who is who, that is when you go and waste the life of the person exposing them. But with this one, they don't expose now. Now they enter one chance. Well, we'll call on Ore, Omotodolapo, the CP. We'll call on the police. We'll call on all women affairs. We'll call on all the, wonderful association that can actually, save this lady called Busola Dakolo from the hands of people like Biodun Fatoyinbo. You need to fight for her. You need to raise your voice for her. We need to support her. We need to raise our voice for her to be heard. Thank you so very much, all of you. I appreciate you. May God continually protect and guide our girl children and, boy children out there. It is not easy. Like, seriously, you need to hear people's ordeal here and there before rape is real. And it's not just going for the girls. Some boys are being abused as well. You heard the story of this 54-year-old woman just coming up for the first time to talk, to say she was being molested by a female counterpart in the house, like a bigger auntie, someone that should be her auntie, forcing her to suck her nipple, putting her hands in her private part and trying to stimulate her. You see, this is abuse on our children. Let's come together to give them our voice, our support, and to keep saying no to rape and any form of abuse on our children. God bless you. I have to go now. I'm so tired. Thank you so very much for joining me and believing in me. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful, chat. I appreciate you guys. Continue being good, and you all should have a wonderful week ahead. In case you're wondering why we had that blackout the other time, I'm still in Nigeria. NEPA take lights, NEPA bring back lights. You know, our usual Nigerian NEPA system. I'm used to it, so you get used to it for the next few weeks. I'm gonna be here. God bless you. Enjoy your week, and God bless. Bye bye, everybody.